Thank you for taking the time to click on L.O.R.E. Please subscribe here and don't forget to follow us on twitch.tv/LoreLivePlay.
Good evening, and welcome to League of Rolling Expeditioners, first of two special Halloween one-shots hosted by yours truly. I am Ryan K. I will be your GM for this spooky evening. You can, Ryan K or Ryan K Plays on Twitter and Twitch. So what we're going to do before we get into the game real quick is going to introduce my fellow spooky players, starting with, let's roll for it. You know what? I'm just going to pick one at random. Starting with Brady.
What's up, dude? I'm playing Amal. I am a Goliath barbarian of the Guardian of some type. God, I forgot the name of it. I am a pro football player, and I'm fresh out of academy. We're looking for some sweet adventure, baby.
All right.
Noise. Already in character.
Yeah, very excited. All right, let's move on to Andrew.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I'll be playing Ramiel. He's a Protector Aasimar, Oath of the Watcher's Paladin. And he's been a acolyte of the Temple of Helm. He's sort of grown up in the temple his entire life, hasn't really adventured outside of the temple or the small town outside of it until the adventuring party. The temple assigned me to go and have some adventures outside of the town and everything, though a lot of the people that I used to be with didn't like that I'm going outside of the temple. They understand that I have to go and do my duty as an Oath of the Watcher Paladin and protect the realm. So
Wonderful.
Duty.
Amazing. All right, I'll go ahead and throw it over to Max.
Hello, my name is Max Hertzfeld, and I will be playing Zachary Trunkholo. He is they are a Kalishtar, and they are a monk following the path of the two spirit, or the astral self. And they are accompanied by their Kalishtar spirit, who takes the form of their astral arms, which is a female dragonborn. So they're dealing with both genders, and they used to be a soldier and are now adventuring towards enlightenment.
Wonderful. Amazing. And last but not least, the proprietor of L.O.R.E, the grand poobah of all of this and that, Mr. Christopher Ferguson.
Hello, everybody. What's up? I am Chris Ferguson. You may know me from our Thursday's New Horizon campaign as a dungeon master, very oddly and peculiarly and questionably confused, for sure. Also, Trovik on our Monday's game, hosted by Matthew Gotto, a.k.a. Dungeon Matthew Body Pillow. So yeah, I'll be playing Lyric Not Again. He is a Kenku bard, former circus entertainer, escaped from his holdings to find the answers to why his kind don't fly, and also looking for his champion to follow.
Great. Perfect. I love it already. Now, Chris, since we left off on you, why don't you tell us a bit about what we do at L.O.R.E? Why are we rolling tonight? What is Extra Life?
Yes, I love rolling. love charities. Okay, I've stopped.
Okay, never mind. I take it back.
We're-
It's fantastic.
Well, thank
No.
you for asking, Ryan. We roll
There it
for
is.
Extra
Take two.
Life, which is a super awesome fundraising charity organization that allows streamers like us to get involved with local children's hospitals, like our local one here, for me, is our Penn State Children's Hospital in Pennsylvania. Same hospital that helped my goddaughter fight leukemia. So we are making a big push for our first year for $500 till the end of the year. We're already over halfway as of this past Thursday. And yeah, for what we do is we challenge all of our viewers like you at home to donate $1 for every natural 1 rolled, and if you really want to be generous, for every natural 20 rolled, that's up to you. But yeah, how we do that is basically anytime one's rolled, you'll hear something similar to this, or this, or this. And you know that is marked down for a natural 1 to be donated $1. And yeah, we're tallying them up at the end of the show, let everybody know how much we get, and it all goes directly to the Extra Life through their portal, however that works, but we don't touch it. So you can donate directly through our chat because it does come up occasionally. There's a link in there, or you can go down below in our About section and click the big old section that says Extra Life on it, and it'll take you directly to our page. And those of you who are watching later on in a week or so on YouTube and stuff, if you want to get involved, we also have a link that you can click on where if you don't have a Twitch account, you can watch it directly from there. The Extra Life itself hosts it, and you can interact with chat and everything. It's really super cool, and donate while you're watching. Super awesome. Yeah, that's that, I think. Right?
All right. Good job, Chris. It's like you've been doing this all along. So now I'm just going to take a minute to talk about something that you're going to see on this stream. And if you've been on, if you've watched L.O.R.E before, you know that we roll with Foundry. Foundry is a virtual tabletop application built for experiencing multiple multiplayer tabletop RPGs. The GM uses a feature-rich modern self-hosted application where the players connect directly through the web browser. It provides a powerful framework designed to be customizable and developer-friendly, utilizing powerful tools to help tell immersive stories and create memorable moments for the group. To date, it contains support for over 150 different game systems, such as Dungeons and Dragons, which we'll be playing tonight, Pathfinder, Warhammer, Vampire the Masquerade, just to name a few. And there are also over 1,000 custom add-on modules, each one created using the ideal systems and add-ons provided to bring a unique gaming experience for each group like none other. Now, the developers have an interactive community on their Discord server where they answer your technical questions, provide release updates for system packages, and upcoming community content. Best of all this can be acquired with a one-time purchase without subscriptions or feature gating. If this sounds like a product that can greatly enhance the gameplay for you and your gaming table, then go and check out their website, www.foundryvtt.com, for all details. And like I said, if you want to see Foundry in action on this stream, but we also have our Thursday night stream and our Monday night stream. Thursday nights you can check out A New Horizon with Chris as the GM and me playing. And as Chris has mentioned before, there's the Monday night stream, The Guise of Untamed Beasts, DM by Matthew Body Pillow Garo, and I am also playing in that. If you want to join L.O.R.E, then you can link up with us or any of our social media platforms through Linktree. That's linktr.ee/L.O.R.E live play. Lastly, real quick before we get into our October Spooktacular. Chris, any merchandise you want to hawk real quick?
Sure, always a pleasure to hawk because it makes it look like the background turns into the bumper sticker. We have bumper stickers and we have pins. I got it upside down. So you can see it and then it disappears. Look, I disappear. I'm gone. But that's kind of what it looks like anyway. You can stick it on your bumper, you can put it on your forehead, on your t-shirt, but it won't last long. And then you can put this on your clothing or your book bags for your conventions that you go to and all the cool stuff. Just don't poke your friends, okay?
Yeah.
And yeah, you can
Ask
join
for
our
consent.
yes, first. Yeah. For now, we don't have any like website set up or anything. But if you're in our Discord, you can certainly reach out and ask for one. We can ship them directly to you. There's two for both of them for $9, or I think the bumper sticker's $7 and the pins $3, something like that. I don't know my own prices for the stuff that I made.
Right.
That's it. Buy merch.
Well,
support
with
lore.
Yes. Well, I think then, without any further ado, we'll go ahead and jump into tonight's Halloween adventure, The House on Duskbrush Hill. Thank you. All right. You ready? Are you ready, kids?
Yeah. Yes.
Dad.
It was a dark and stormy night, much like tonight. No, I'm just kidding. We begin in the small town of Bren, which lies on the edge of the vast Duskbrush thicket. It serves mostly as a waypoint, a rest stop for travelers before they traverse the dense and often treacherous wood. The Dusk's Edge Inn houses many such travelers, and as such is a nexus for many tales, some more tall than others. One such being told around town lately is of men and older boys going missing. When the moon is high and the mist rolls in from the forest, they are lured into the thicket, to a house where terrible creatures make their terrible lairs, never to be seen again. Now, it's true that many people can easily get lost in the Duskbrush. The path is winding and not well kept. The thick canopy doesn't let in a lot of light from above. Of course, there are those young men who think themselves brave enough to test their mettle against the foreboding forest. But the Duskbrush thicket always wins. It's a typical evening in a Dusk's Edge Inn. Townies and travelers alike share tales and tankards, songs and squabbles, and it is here that your party of adventurers find themselves after getting into town just before sunset. We pan now to a table in the middle of the tavern of a raucous night. 4 adventurers are sitting around. Ramiel, would you like to describe your character?
Ramiel is a Protector Aasimar Oath of the Watcher's Paladin. He's an acolyte of the Temple of Helm. Hasn't really adventured much outside of the temple or the surrounding village. But he's gotten to learn a little bit more of the world through his party, and just now getting into the Duskbrush Inn, the inn here in Bren, and he's just excited to see more of the world outside of the temple. So
Wonderful. And what does he look like?
he's about almost 6 feet tall, kind of not like heavy set, but kind of muscular build, slightly tan. He's not very old. He's like late 20s, early 30s. But considering Aasimars lived to be over 120 years old, he is almost, he's pretty young.
All right. Now, You are sitting at this circular table, and to your right, Zachary. Would you like to describe what your character looks like?
At this time, Zachary is using their mage hand to touch up the painted tattoos over their arms and back and chest that helps them attune to their past lives. And the skin is pale, but their chest is bare, and they've got a thick brown beard and brown hair, but a striking part of their physicality is that half of their hair and beard is a light lavender color, and their eyes are magenta with a slight glow, and they wear like desert style pants and a bit of a robe half tied around their waist that hangs down with a few old gold chains. Part of it is a banner from their old soldier days, just tied around as a reminder that there are no winners in war. But at this time, they're concentrating on the feeling of the brush on their back as they're touching up the designs.
Right. Very nice. I love it. Amul, would you like to describe what your character looks like?
Sure. He is about like a 7'5", 7'6" Goliath, a big dude, very brawny dude. He has tattoos, as most Goliaths would, but he has like them coming around his eyes and like forking out, like from the bottom there. He is very burly. He's not quite barrel-chested, but getting to that point. And he, at the very moment, he's very greasy-faced as he is diving into way too much mutton, because he just ran around a lot outside, and he needs to re-energize.
Sure. Definitely needs to be run out like a Labrador sometimes.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, and the last person at the table, Lyric, if you'd like to describe your character.
Well, not in character voice. That would be painful for everybody. Yeah, what you see is a 4 foot, about a 4'5", Kenku in not too fancy, but like ragtag, old-looking fancy kind of circus clothes, a little fluffy on the edges, dark, black like a crow, feathers, but one golden eye, one green eye, and any of you that would have known him longer know that he's somehow managed to explain that he was captured and raised in a traveling circus, and he basically learned the ropes of entertaining through mimicry, music, and mockery, and he naturally became a trapeze artist, and then would entertain the crowd with his cover songs, because he can't write music because they can't have original thoughts and stuff. So anyway, but yeah, his name is Lyric because he's a bard, and that's just appropriate. And then his last name he adapted just from hearing things said when other people say, "And now Lyric," and the crowd would usually go, "Oh, not again," and so his last name is Not Again.
All right. Perfect. The four of you are, like I said, sitting around this table in this busy tavern-type atmosphere. It's very lively. People are drinking and carousing and talking and singing. It's, you get the impression that this is pretty much what happens every night. You get your food, your drinks, your mutton that you're laying into. Whatever that looks like to you, ales, wines, waters, different assortments of meats and vegetables are available to you. Though you've been sort of just in there for a while, you hear the surrounding conversation sort of reach a crescendo, and I need Zachary to make a dexterity saving throw.
All right. Dexterity
First roll.
saving
First
throw.
roll. First roll.
First row.
Ooh, 13.
A 13. All right. So, you, as you are talking, minding your own business for the most part, you catch out of the corner of your eye and move your head slightly to the right as a glass tankard flies past your head and crashes on the opposite wall.
Wait, who threw that?
What do you mean who threw it? Everybody threw it and no one.
Oi, who threw that?
I
It
get
don't
up
make
with
any
my-
sense.
Someone's
There's
gonna
two
get
sheets to go
crushed.
in. What was it, Emo?
I get up really violently and just yell, "Someone's gonna get crushed right now, dude!"
Yeah, you don't want to mess with my friend. You'll end up without a face.
You see like a gnomish female gnome kind of like standing on a table just going like, calm down, it happens all the time. You guys must be new here. Here, have a drink on me. And she sort of like, spins her finger in a circle and like a and like a half elven a boy. I guess he's a adolescent, a teenager, but like shaka brown hair and short pointed ears and simple clothes. He came over to serve you your food, and it's just like he brings over some new drinks for you. It's just like, it's on me, just relax.
That's
why,
very
thank you.
hospitable, yeah. Thanks.
All right.
Is this how ale tastes?
You ain't used to it, aren't you, lad?
Not at all. Huh, they
Yeah.
serve better stuff in the temple.
Well, you don't drink it for the taste.
I think I know.
You'll see the benefits. Just keep drinking.
All right.
Take another
So,
swig of my ale.
wonderful.
And then
There.
Zachary will kind of like take a little twitch and then just lean over to Ramiel and just be like, "No, dear, don't feel like you have to drink it if you don't like it. All right? You just take it at your own pace."
Thank you, Zachary. Thank you.
All right. And Amul, are you still kind of aggro, or did you get your drink? And
I've
that-
definitely settled down. I've as a as a bottle to a baby, I've settled down and I've kind of like sort of like woo and start chugging it a little bit.
Yeah.
And, like I want to crush it. Like I want to like hit
Oh.
against my head and crush it. Like,
Oh, yeah. Lyric's egging you on. He's like, yeah. Pats you on the back and starts playing Eye of the Tiger.
The medieval equivalent.
Yes. Lute version.
All right. People seeing you sort of like chugging and downing, and like a couple people just go chug, 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 chug. An hour or two passes of you guys sort of like talking and carousing, eating and drinking. Things start to die down just a little bit. Suddenly, through the front doors of the tavern, a distressed woman, human, about mid-30s, simple clothes and auburn hair, sort of like tousled, bursts through with tears running down her cheeks. Through sobs, through sobs, she gets out. Please, somebody help me! My husband has gone missing.
Zachary's gonna rush over and just be, "Oh dear,
I rush
it's all
over
right.
with
Calm
Zachary.
down.
Oh, thank you.
Tell us
thank
what
you.
happened."
Yes.
My husband, he just walked out of the house. He was just out of the house, gathering some firewood for the evening, and that damned mist must have rolled in and took him. He walked off to the forest, and I tried
A miss
shouting
like he
after
had a
him.
mistress. He ran off with a lady.
No, like a mist, like a low fog.
Oh,
mist?
a mist.
Mist, yes, a mist, low fog, and it rolled in as it's been doing these past few nights, and he just walked off, and I tried shouting over to him, but he wouldn't listen to me, and I tried pulling him back, and he'd just pull away, and I don't know what's happened to him. And at this time, as she's sort of talking to you, you feel a presence behind you, and you get a glimpse over your shoulder of this larger, like half-orc gentleman. He's kind of a portly fellow. Just come over and be like, "Is everything all right?"
Oh, this dear lady's lost her husband. She said he was drawn out by some kind of mist, and this has happened before, you say?
Oh, there have been rumors about town of men and boys going missing. Most people write them off, but they have been going missing. People think that there's something strange afoot, but most people just attribute it to a kind of hubris. Elsie, dear, and he kind of like puts his hand, around, kind of like reaches through your group and like puts his hand around her shoulder and like draws her in, pats her on the back, very comforting, very gentle, and like he's about to lead her off to a table where you can see a group of like 2 or 3 other women sitting with kind of this similar type of demeanor on their faces, unless you want to say anything else before that happens.
Zachary's just gonna try to follow him and keep comfort and order something warm for the lady. Something warm.
Yes, we will get something. Thomas, get a nice malt wine for everybody. And you can see the half-elfin boy runs off and kind of like goes back to the kitchen behind the bar there.
It's my treat, dear. Don't you worry. Tell us more. Anything you can tell us. Maybe we can find your husband, perhaps. So I don't mean to speak for everybody, but we might be able to help.
Oh, that's very appreciated. I'm sorry that I couldn't tell you more, but maybe. But I do appreciate your help, and
of course, dear.
Perhaps,
don't you worry.
Perhaps Carson here could tell you more. He knows about the people going missing and the stories about town.
The half-orc gentleman?
Yes, and he leads her over to the table with the ladies, and about like a minute or so more, Thomas, the half-elfin teenager, kind of comes out with this sort of like kettle and a ladle and a couple of like horn mugs, and starts just like ladling out this like very fragrant. I talk for a living, can you tell?
You sound brilliant.
Yeah, very fragrant, like mulled wine, and it smells like healing. It smells like comfort. As he does that, Carson addresses you all and is just like, so, the rumors of the missing men are not unfounded. At least 5 have disappeared within the past month, always when the mist rolls in from the forest. Those that have been, like Elsie has said, leaving into the woods, don't answer when you call them, and just like they are under some type of spell or trance. Now, I'm not sure how much you know about the Duskbrush thicket.
Can I roll a history check to see if I know anything?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm not very smart, I'll let you know.
Yeah. Anyone who wants to roll a history check can do so.
Take a natural 1. I wouldn't know anything.
I'll roll a history check. Maybe I learned.
Did you
what it
roll a
is.
natural 1, or you take?
No,
I
I
rolled
just
a
I wouldn't
2.
know anything, so
Okay.
I don't know if
You
I
win.
can.
Okay. No. You roll if you want to, but you don't have to.
Okay.
So a 2 for Zachary, a 13 for Ramiel. Zachary, you really don't know that much. You kind of knew.
I don't know a blooming nothing about this place.
Yeah, kind of new to this part of the world. This is a place that you haven't been. And
We're
therefore,
kind of
like-
new.
What the bard said.
Yeah, and Ramil, you would actually know, in your temple where you came from, they talk about the sort of like one of the reasons that people don't like to leave is that there are many dangers out in this world. One of them they talk about is particularly is the Duskbrush thicket. It is a miles, it stretches for miles and miles and miles and takes from one end to the other on foot about like 10 days to traverse. That's how big it is. And within it are, within it are rumored to be monsters and dragons, and if you step off the path you may never find it again. But that's what you sort of recall.
So, I've heard about the thicket before from the temple. There was some books that I would have read, and it mentioned that the thicket being very vast and just dangerous and filled with all sorts of monsters and creatures that are ready to attack if you don't stay on the path.
Aye, that is true. Ooh, the thicket has many dangers, but there is one that we tell around here. It's kind of a ghost story or story to keep the children in line, but there are some who say that it has some credence, and it is about a witch named Old May Greenteeth. She lives deep within the forests with her sisters. On full moons or during the harvest, or it depends on who you ask, they lure men in to eat them or offer them up to their dark god. Apparently, I don't know. I hear a lot of rumors, but I don't dispense them. But I will tell you now, because it may help in this particular case. Now, if it is your intention to seek them out, which I personally do not condone, but if you were going to, you follow the path into the forest, and eventually you will come across the floating flames leading off the path. They will lead you to a house where the sisters make their lair.
How old?
Floating
Like
flames, right?
Yes, floating flames in the forest.
What did you say, Nimble?
How old? Like 30? 35?
Hmm?
How old?
How old is what?
The sisters, like 30, 31, 32?
Oh, they are.
I don't think you'll want to date these ones.
They are older than this town.
Yeah.
Sweet. I can dig it.
Old is their legend, and their legend is quite old. But again, I must say, for your own sake, you will, if it is your intention to traverse the Duskbrush, do not seek them out. They are incredibly dangerous.
Why has no one done anything about them in the past? They're just sitting there near the town?
Well, it's just a rumor, a legend. Do you go to seek out legends everywhere you go?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's kind of what we do.
Travelers,
I mean,
you
we've
are
done it
all
before.
the same.
Remember that one time with the snake beast? Oh,
Oh yes,
Derek, that was amazing what you did.
oh God,
You
I
turned him
hate
into a
snakes.
pretzel, dude.
You scared it off with the loudest roar I've ever heard. You should have been there.
You've encountered the snake people of the Vertenstead.
Oh yeah, they're nothing to be afraid of.
Oh, I mean, perhaps this is a task worthy of you. But again, only go at your own peril. But if you do, you may be able to help these women. These men, they are not just men. They are husbands and brothers and fathers.
What's the youngest one? How old?
Are you talking
That
about the one
that went missing.
16 years old?
Hey, Ramil, how old are you again? Maybe you're safe.
I am about 30.
All right, I forget. You're such a boy to me.
I pat myself and I go, ah! And repeat what the dude says, and I say, ah! 16 years old.
I heard him the first time. You don't have to remind me.
16 years old.
Be careful.
Look, just because I
You
never
see-
went to school doesn't mean I need all the numbers thrown back at me.
Just be careful. The men who went missing, well, let's just say they had a similar personality.
Such as?
Oh, perhaps you'll find out if you find them.
Yeah, but we're jacked.
Yeah, I mean, who's gonna mess with this one? We're safe wherever we go.
I can see that. And he kind of like pats you on the shoulder, and this guy is about like 6'5", very sort of like he's large. He's a large man. But he pats you on the shoulder.
Wrestle him.
Yeah, he pats you on the shoulder, or like even goes in for like a handshake. But what you notice when he does this is that like his arms are thick, like double C thick. So it's just like, yes, very, very muscular indeed.
Ooh.
Can I go in for like one of those one of the predator handshakes?
Yeah, predator handshake.
Like, it's like,
he
yes,
reads you,
Son of a
he
bitch.
clocks you, and you do like,
Son of a bitch.
Yep. And there's a little bit of when you clasp hands. There's a little bit of, just a little bit of
Thunder wave.
the tiniest shockwave.
Thunderclap.
Air. Yeah.
I didn't
Right.
cast Thunderclap, but it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Bard casts
So
hand slap.
yeah. All right. So he kind of like just looks you all sort of like in the eye, does a sort of like solemn nod, and goes over to like the table with the now 4 women there. Thomas is, coming back out at this time with another cauldron of mulled wine. And you guys are kind of left to yourself.
Well, what do we think?
Did they say the mist took the kids? How does mist do
Yeah.
that?
I just lured them out, like they couldn't hear.
I mean, I think it might be some sort of spell work.
Oi.
Yeah, but it's mist. It's like water, right?
Well, sure, but it's like flying water. That's kind of magical, ain't it?
I mean,
Well,
yes,
yeah,
I
yeah.
believe there's some weather aspect to it as well, but I think since these men have been taken against their will, this must be some sort of magic.
Or maybe all the men are conspiring together to get away from their wives.
But that's it, dude. I'm pretty. That sounds like it. I would.
Thomas,
I would. For sure.
you say this, and Thomas, the half-elven teenager boy, just kind of bumps you and be like, "That's not cool, man. Like we don't. I mean, like I don't know where you're from, but here in Bren, we don't talk about women like that. You gotta knock that toxic masculinity shit out.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, dude. Sorry.
Yeah,
for
come on.
real.
Be
Sorry.
better. Be better."
This
he
is
just
fantasy
goes back to the
2021,
kitchen.
bro.
Oh, Thomas, I'm so sorry. I've been trying to get a hold of myself, but I'll keep working on it. Thank you.
And he's like, he's not facing you. He's just
he nods as he goes back into the kitchen. But all right, what do you guys do now?
He's drinking a pumpkin spice latte.
No, he's not drinking it.
Yes, he is.
It's squash spice.
Yeah.
Look, they
pumpkin
say
wine.
as
He
a
was
GM,
complaining
should
about the
yes and,
Wi-Fi.
but I'm going to know. I'm going to put a no on that. That's a. What are you guys doing?
What do you say we check out this path?
Yeah, let's go
We
check
find
it
some
out.
lights?
What's there?
Yeah, maybe there'll be nothing there. It's just a room after all.
Shall we check it out tonight?
I mean, the trail's still warm.
I'm feeling good. Let's do it.
I mean,
Let's do it.
might as well.
Right.
Oh right.
Let's go.
Lyric, what say you?
Let's do it.
Right. Ramiel finishes his mug of ale quickly and kind of.
It's not.
Oh, dear, you
it's-
shouldn't drink so quickly.
Yeah.
You got to
It's-
give yourself time to digest.
I wanted to finish the drink.
You could
It's like
take
a-
it with
It'd
you.
be rude not to.
Oh,
You
you're
ever
such a good
have?
boy.
You ever have Newcastle Brown Ale?
No.
If you haven't, it's terrible. It tastes like that. That's not an
This is
endorsement.
not
of
an
Newcastle
endorsement.
Brown. Very clearly, don't drink it.
It's
Don't-
terrible.
And don't
we
eat
were
at
dumb
Applebee's.
ones. All right, don't eat at Applebee's. And don't eat Kellogg's. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's sorry, tangents. So y'all resolve to head out of the tavern, and you can see this thick rolling mist in from the direction of the forest. But you head east. Yeah, I know my own world. Eastward to the edge of town, where the wall comes to this sort of stone archway, and through it is about 100 or so feet before the forest looms ahead of you, like a great wall of thick, dark trees.
While we're walking, I want to cast light on my morning star.
Perfect.
So that way we can at least see as we're going on the path.
Yeah.
And can I just see any fresh tracks that might have been from the gentleman that left?
Go ahead and make a survival check.
And this might be as we're going past the mist. That's an 11.
11. You don't there this is a commonly tread path in and out of town. So you just you're not picking up any distinct individual tracks. It's more just a groove of foot traffic. And car traffic and horse traffic and all that sort of stuff. But it's good. Remiel, you cast light on your morning star, and are you holding it out like a torch?
Yeah, sort of like a torch.
All right. So you hold it out, and it's very good because the trail through the woods sort of goes into the trees form their own sort of archway, this gnarled and bent wooden archway that seems more akin to entering a tunnel, a deep cavern under a mountain, than a walk through the woods. The road.
Wait, this was a thick.
It would be pitch black if not for Ramiel's light. You can see,
Hey.
because of the light on the morning star, the road seems clear for about the first 100 feet or so in, but then starts to show signs of the treacherous trek through the thickets. All around you comes the sounds of hooting, chittering, skittering, and howling. The twisted trunks appear to trick your sight, and the gnarled roots almost reach up to pull you off the path. You walk for about an hour or so from the time you enter. You see off to the left is indeed a series of lights. Small, floating, glowing green flames light another path deeper into the woods.
Oi, Ramiel.
Yes.
Turn down your morning star, if you would.
Yes, I can
I think
dismiss it. I dismiss the light.
Okay.
What? You see there? Those.
I
was big.
think that's
think I can make those out. Is that floating?
Looks like the floating flames. The big.
What's making them
lug
do
man. What?
What's making him do that?
I'm
Magic?
not sure.
Can I roll a perception check by chance?
Go ahead. Anyone who likes to, you can roll a perception check, or if you're thinking about the flames, you can roll an arcana check or a nature check.
Ooh. 23 perception.
14.
Perception, okay.
Yes, yeah.
Any arcana or nature there? You guys are just like,
I'm gonna
why are they float? I don't know.
perception.
Oh, why they're floating?
Yeah, well,
I'll go with Arcana. Why not?
sure.
Got
Four. No bloody dice.
Yeah.
And Zachary's just like, it's magic. It's not my expertise. It's all celestial to me.
Yeah. What'd you do, Chris?
12.
12 for arcana?
Mm-hmm.
Ramiel, did you roll?
Yeah, I rolled 4 on perception.
Okay. So let's start with you. For perception, you just kind of like the light, your vision starts to seems to kind of like tunnel into that string, that path of lights, and you just kind of like focus on it, almost like a moth. A little bit. It's just like, oh. You don't really see or sense anything else outside of that. Lyric with a arcana roll. Did you say 13 or 14?
12.
12. It's enough. You know, you've heard tales with your time with the circus and other things, traveling about. You know of things, called will-o-wisps or floating flames or ghost fire. Just sort of like, it's both a natural and arcane phenomenon where these people say that like it's the fiery spirits of ghosts, or it's just some gas that's trapped in a forest or bog that just goes. These seem to be floating, like they're suspended, so there might be more of that magical essence about them.
Hold on a sec, I want to try something. And I'm going to look at him real quick, and I'm going to try to telepathically talk to one of the lights. See if it's a ghost that can talk back through
Sure.
a mind link.
What do you say?
I'll just say, I think thinking of a ghost brings out his sensitive side, so his alter ego is going to come out and just be like, "Oh dear, are you lost? Are you lonely? Bringing out all these men? Do you miss someone? Can we help you?"
You hear back, not in your head, but loud. Because it's fire.
Well, it's not a ghost. At least not one that can talk.
That was good.
That's one theory eliminated.
Yeah, and I'll also sort of like roll that into your perception roll, that you can determine that these are just sort of these like suspended, like just motes of green flame. You can't really like tell like how they're suspended, but you do get that same sort of like. And even as you were walking through here, there is the air of something in this place that is just like, it's just a little bit off, and it's a little bit unnatural. And you just sort of like get the sense of like, whatever we encounter here is not going to be of the natural sort. It's not going to be of like what we expect. And Amol, you, what did you get for your perception check?
For me,
Yes.
a 14.
14?
Yeah.
Yeah. You get the same similar sort of sense of Zachary, but you're just sort of like looking around and going like, how are they doing that? Like they just sort of like float. And you get a similar sense of just like, well, I guess they're just floating and we're in a spooky forest. So I mean, like there's
It's chill, dude. It's chill.
there's stuff. Yeah,
Doing
just
it.
like, oh, come on, man. So
Well, we could be walking to our death, but what do you say we follow him?
Yeah, they're pretty. Let's see them. Let's go to them.
Yeah, and you always walk towards the pretty things, don't you?
wonderful.
But I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to be better about that.
Yeah, me too. Let's be better together. Let's work together with this.
I'll hold you to it.
Wonderful. So you
Right.
guys,
Zachary is gonna trudge into the forest and after the lights.
okay.
Can we can see okay, right? Because I don't have dark vision with the light out.
I'm gonna.
With the
I'll redo our light.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Or
I can help that
on the Morning
with
Star.
that too. I get.
Is it visible with the fire though?
Yeah,
Is there-
the flames are giving off this sort of like low torch light. It being green, it kind of cuts through the dusk and the darkness a little bit more. But you can see, but the lights sort of like do this thing to your eyes where it's just like you can see as you're looking at them, but if you look away, like you look at your feet or anything, it's incredibly dark and you can't really see your feet. So if you do a light, like a light on your morning star again,
Yeah.
then you can see perfectly.
I'll do
Yeah,
Sorry. Go ahead.
I'll redo the light on the Morning Star and sort of take up position behind Zachary.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Thanks for
There-
the light.
was there something you wanted to do?
Standing behind Amul, if I'm pronouncing that right, I will cast Dancing Lights and shoot one about 10 feet ahead of our first person, about another 30 feet ahead from that, and another 30 feet from that. So like a 90-foot span of light just like leading
All right.
ahead like street lights.
And what does your dancing lights look like?
Glowing greenish white flickering orbs that almost, you know what, they look like little crows flying, like
Okay.
Cool.
So these dim little crows of white light sort of pop out from Lyric and just sort of like flitter above all of your heads, keeping pace with you. While it is a different color from the floating flames that you see ahead of you, it's giving off the same amount of light, but it's also like they're further ahead than the light emanating from Ramil's morning star. You step off the path and follow the floating flames.
I just had a thought.
yeah.
They told us how to get there, but they didn't tell us how to get back. I guess we'll find that path when we get there.
Indeed.
Oh well.
nope, too late.
Well,
All right.
Point of no return, I guess.
I turned behind
Better
me. Is
not
the
be
path
parking.
still there?
It better
Yeah,
not be.
it's still there. You guys are, you haven't walked off it too much.
Right.
Who knows if you go further. And you do. After a while, following these lights, the grotesque trees start to thin. You come into a clearing. You are immediately caught by the sight of a large house in the middle of this clearing. It appears simple enough construction, dark wood and stone, 2 stories with a hexagonal turret. Talk for a living, remember? 2 stories with a hexagonal turret on one side. Very much what you would imagine to be a creepy house standing in the middle of a foreboding forest look like. For player reference, you can think of the Addams Family house. But the mist is thicker here, somewhat encircling, swirling around, shrouding the house. Can everyone make a perception check for me?
Sure.
Checking to see any movement in the windows. Oh, 7.
I got an
16.
8.
Okay. Just gonna go down the line. Amul, what did you get?
8.
8. Zachary?
7.
7. Getting better. All right. Ramiel?
16.
16. All right. And Lyric?
14.
14. All right. Zachary and Amul, you don't really see anything. You're just sort of like struck by the image of this house and its, stark contrast to the woods around you and this sort of clearing with the mist swirling around. Ramiel
I'm too busy looking behind us to make sure no one's sneaking up.
Exactly. Ramiel and Lyric, you're also struck by this image, but your ears kind of perk up as you can hear a faint squealing, like pigs, maybe something like that. It kind of blends into the surrounding sounds of the woods, but you kind of like, there pigs out here? Wild boars? Maybe? I don't know. As you approach, the front double doors open with a distinct creak beckoning you inside.
In we go. And Zachary pulls out. No, Zachary's just gonna prepare and sort of walk in cautiously.
I'll follow behind Zachary.
I'll follow behind.
Okay.
Yo, this place is so dark and old.
Hey, looks like no one's living here. Are any lights on?
Yes, in fact,
I'll move my dancing lights while I still have them.
Yeah, you move your dancing lights, but as you all step inside, you can see the inside foyer of the house. Looks very much decrepit like the outside does. Dusty and run down. There, on either side of the door, there is a dead bone white potted tree. And down from the ceiling, you can see this sort of large chandelier made of this dark, twisted, sharp angled iron that is lit, emitting a faint candlelight all around it. And actually, but besides that, there is a large open window at the top of a wide staircase in the middle of the foyer. A long, dingy, threadbare carpet leads up to the second floor gallery. And the moonlight pours in from this large window, and there, silhouetted in the center, a hunched yet hulking, distorted figure stands. A voice, as you all come in and the door closes behind you, a voice like the shrieking of nails on a chalkboard rings out through the foyer. Ah! More little piggies have brought themselves to dinner. Too bad we haven't finished with the last one yet. Don't fret, dearies. We'll be with you soon. In the meantime, make yourselves at home. And the figure spreads out its wide, gnarled hands. And suddenly vanishes from sight.
And,
Only
Zachary's
an
going to try to
echo.
grab her as she's disappearing, and
She
grabs
is at
the
the top
air
of this. She's at the top of this large staircase, and you are just inside the door. So you would not have the movement to get to her. But she vanishes from sight, and that horrible, screeching laughter is bouncing off of these rotten walls.
I
can
want to
see-
puff my chest. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I want to
say
puff my
what you-
chest a bit. Hey, lady, we're not pigs.
not anymore, at least.
I thought I might have heard pigs outside.
Yeah?
Did she? I thought it might have been just the sounds of the forest, but is it possible that they do keep animals here?
Well, they called us pigs, and they said they weren't quite done with the last one, which I think is the husband. So we might not have a lot of time.
I don't think so.
She's still here.
I think they're watching us regardless.
So let's find him real quick and get out of here then.
Where did the piggy sounds come from?
I couldn't
everyone
discern.
to make a perception check in this moment.
Can that give you advantage or something? Assisting you?
You can assist one
Right.
person if you'd like to.
Or can I make a separate roll?
What are you rolling for? You
Like
do you
listening
want
now
to-
that I've listening
Sorry.
for pig sounds now that we've like become aware of them
Sure. Everyone's
and where they're originating from.
yeah. Everyone's sort of like making that check there. I'm gonna ask for you all to. Ooh.
Can I use mimicry and make the pig sounds?
I will
Not-
tell you above board, if you make pig sounds in this foyer, everyone's roll will be at disadvantage because they will just hear you.
Ah, fair.
Bread!
Above board. No thanks.
Yeah.
Shut your beak!
All right. So going down the line, opposite direction. And when I say down the line, I mean what I see on Zoom, not on stream, because I can't see that. So, Lyric, what did you get?
For perception,
Mm-hmm.
that would be a 24.
24. Okay. Ramiel,
I got a 10.
10. All right. Zachary,
22.
22. And Amol,
14.
14. All right. Ramiel, you're kind of caught up in the moment of this. You did hear the pig sounds outside, and what you can actually hear once you are in here is that sort of like faint squealing coming from directly across the foyer from you. This large staircase leads up to a second floor gallery, but there are windows on the first floor and a wall behind it, so you could go past this balcony, this gallery, to another wall, and you hear that sort of faint squealing coming from there. Amol, what did you get again?
14.
14. You can also hear that squealing coming from the opposite wall, but you can also hear to your left, sort of through the wall to your left, is this sort of like rhythmic, sort of just like shaking and clattering and shifting, just sort of like it's rhythmic, almost like a beat, and there's something else there, maybe like a faint sound of music. Zachary, you get all of that as well, but you can also hear sort of off to the right and a bit further in is another sound of sort of like a more discordant rumbling and rummaging and just sort of like general like in addition to all that. And Lyric, that's what you hear as well.
Well, the pigs are this way. There's some other things I think we might want to be a little quieter.
Yes, I think there's windows, possibly? Shall we check? Shall one of us take a look outside, see if we see anything through them?
Wait,
Uh,
hey, Eagle Eyes, come with me.
I walk with Zachary because I have dark vision, so
Sure.
I can see.
Yeah, definitely. So you guys are going across the foyer to the windows on the other side? Okay. You guys go that way and peer out of the window, and you see this sort of like, kind of like a courtyard, almost like a garden. There's very like, like a unkempt lawn almost. Just sort of patches of like bushes and scrub on very just like, gravelly ground. To the left, you can see this sort of like large gnarled tree and these two sort of like smaller kind of deader trees next to it. And directly across from where you're looking, you can see this sort of like fenced in pen. And you see a couple, maybe 1, 2, from what you can see, a couple pigs just rummaging around behind this fence.
I can see a courtyard and what looks to be some pigs out there behind some fences.
I'm sending a telepathic message to our Kenku friend, and just saying that we've got pigs in our sight. They're in the lawn.
All right. I will head towards Zachary.
You all go to that opposite wall. There's the windows that Ramil is looking out of, but there is also this like large double door that leads to the outside.
Shall we go check the pigs first, or was there anything else that... I mean, I only heard pigs.
Well, there's some rummaging over there to the right, or to the east of the room. And anyone else hear music over there?
Yeah, I heard music too. I thought it was just me.
Oh, no, you ain't crazy this time. But yeah,
Should we go? Should we just check out the pigs? We came here for that, right?
Well, we came here to help some people. If we can't change them back, assuming that they're even the people, but yeah, it seems like the safest route. Let's check out the pigs.
I'll say and repeat in Zachary's voice, confirming my suspicion. They're the people. Wait.
I'm gonna check the door and see if it's locked.
Okay. The door is not locked. It opens inward, so you can pull it open and go into the courtyard here. I'm going to move you in there, just so everyone is there.
I'm making a stealth check just to see if I can avoid making a loud creak.
Sure, go ahead and make a stealth check.
15.
I feel pretty stealthy as you walk through the store. You sort of like, tiptoe
Through the window.
through the door there. Yeah, tiptoe through the window. Am I missing anybody? Chris, where did you go?
I moved here, but I can't see anything. I have to follow the lines of light.
Okay. Hold on. Where are you? There you are. I found you. I'm moving you through here.
Oh,
so
sweet. Okay.
you guys come in through this door. You sort of just like open it very gently as to not make it creak, but it is a very old door with a very rusted hinge, and it creaks just the slightest bit. But once you come out into this courtyard, you can see the pen with the pigs. There are about 4 pigs in there. And they're just sort of like rummaging around and rooting around like pigs do, just, you know, giving that sort of like awful pig squeal of and just sort of like rooting around. It's just a simple wooden fence. You can, you know, with a simple enough gate.
Can I
What do
walk
you-
up to the pen and see how many pigs are in there?
Sure. You can walk up to the pen. You can see that there are 4 in there, but as you approach the pen,
Zachary's gonna stick with him too.
yeah. What is everybody's passive perception?
Passive perception.
14.
Ooh, wow.
11.
18.
18. Lyric. You notice, and Zachary as well. Who said 14?
Almost, I did.
And Zachary.
All right. You all notice that as you approach the pig pen, you hear a sound of creaking wood, not a creaking like not like a house settling, like a tree is moving. And a tree is moving. And you can see that sort of like large, like one of the trees from where you were walking through the woods, it just sort of like, you can hear the creaking of wood and bark splitting. You look over to see eyes opening, and its branches move in a arm-like motion, and it goes, "No one touches the mistress's playthings." And it sort of like, and it undoes itself from its roots and rips up this large leg, and then another one. And it just sort of like regards you all, and I need you all to roll initiative. So what we can do here is go ahead and boom, combat state up.
Is there a special way to roll initiative or just in?
If you go to the second tab up here, it's got the fist icon, and you could click on the D20 for your name.
That
There it is.
lyric.
Natural 20.
Natural 20
Woo!
for lyric. All right.
Was mine? No.
All right. So this tree bristles with life and regards you and tells you to stay away. You react to this by seeing it move. Lyric, you especially saw this. You are first. What would you like
With your
to
passive
do?
perception.
Yeah.
I'm okay. Yeah. Let's see. Is this considered a humanoid?
It's a tree.
Yeah.
No, it's a.
Not gonna work.
Let's see. What type of creature is it? Is a tree? Let's see.
Okay. Either way.
It's a tree. Not a
I'm
humanoid.
going
Sorry.
to. All right. So, real quick, I'm just going to call really loud and just kind of like cup with my feathered hands, just cup my beak and just go, and a little guy, that's for anime fans. I can't even do that. Yeah, I'm gonna cast blindness. Yes, blindness.
blindness? Does that what does that specify?
You have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, cool.
And the saving throw is
Constitution saving throw. Okay. I'll go ahead and do that with our guy here. Saves Constitution.
Yep. Spell DC is 14. Yeah.
Ooh, not very good. It rolls an 8. So, yeah. Plant creature. All right. So, are you blinding or deafening it?
Blinding.
Blinding. Okay. So, you just sort of like caw at it. So is there anything else that this spell looks like when you cast it?
It looks like a bunch of little baby crows that just when I open up my like jacket, kind of like a trench coat kind of thing. Not trench coat, but they just kind of come pouring out and then fly like all around his head and just kind of become this cloud in front of his eyes, in his face.
So these sort of like shadowy crows just fly out from you and swirl all around where this thing's eyes are. Anything else on your turn?
That is my action. And then my bonus action, I'm going to inspire my good old buddy Amul. And that will be, I'm just going to look at him and I'm going to be like, ha! And I do like my best muscle possible. It's like real tiny. And I'm like, I just go, ah! Let's do this.
Like, yeah, dude, yeah.
Feathery muscle.
Yeah,
all
I just
right.
go, or like I click like, because I have to like tone it in, like, let's do this.
All right. Fantastic.
And
all right,
you
so...
get a D8.
Fantastic.
Oh, great. Just that for one roll, right?
For ability, attack, or saving throws.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, one of those D8s to add to one of those rolls anytime within the next 10 minutes, I believe.
Awesome.
All right, that's your turn. Lyric Ramil, you are up.
Okay. I'm going to. I'm gonna go up, run up to the creature, and I'm going to. I'm gonna actually take my attacks on it.
All right.
So
You go over, run up them. Like, sorry, I moved you. I should have asked your consent. My apologies.
and
Okay.
I'm gonna take my first attack. $18.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Okay, and I'm gonna spend one of my first spell slots for Divine Smite.
Perfect.
So that will be my first level spell slot. So that'll be an extra 2d8.
Love it.
So 8. And then my second attack, 14.
All right. So, question for you: is your morning star still lit up?
It ends after an hour, so
I would say, I mean, you can cast it. Well, you can keep it up. Did you extinguish it when you went into the house?
no, it's still
Okay.
lit up.
So it's okay. So you take this glowing morning star and you swing it smash into this tree. And as you do, with the first strike, this divine radiance just erupts out as it scars this tree. And you go with your second strike. Actually, it's blinded, so you had advantage on both of those rolls. Do you want to go ahead and roll again?
Yeah. So
Yeah, go ahead and roll those both again. See if you got a natural 20 there.
No, that's first
right.
one and then second one. No.
All right, similar. All right. So still, even with that, you sort of like this second one comes down and just sort of like you kind of misjudge it with like, yeah, great hit, and then I don't know. You know, just and it glances off of the bark. It's your movement and your action. Do you have anything else?
Let's see. No. Nothing else.
Okay, so next up is Zachary.
Seeing their friends diving into battle, Zachary's gonna jump into the fray and run over just above and to the right of Ramiel, 10 feet away from the tree.
Okay.
And they're going to use a bonus action to release their astral arms.
Arms.
Release your arms.
Release the arms. And you see they sort of pull out these purple arms. I'll get it. And the scales and claws just coming out of his shoulders. And they reach out and they do, when they're released, they do, what is it? 2d6 force damage with a dexterity saving throw of 15.
Ooh, this thing's not too dexterous. Let's go ahead and make that for you. Oh man, I should do it.
-1. Nice.
Roll. Yeah, -1. So you guys had a treat of, so that's a 13 total.
That fails. And they take 7 points of force damage.
All right.
And now I am going to use my attack action to attack it twice with wisdom instead of dexterity.
Ooh, very cool. Go ahead.
So two attacks with advantage.
Yep, you got advantage because it is blinded.
So the first one is a 15. Does that hit?
A 15 does not hit. It takes this force damage as you pump out these beefy, scaly arms. That just sort of goes, and actually that damage causes its own arms to come up in a defensive position as you reach out with your first strike.
All right, and let's see if I can do better. Oh, and the next one's a 22.
A 22 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
I see them lift up their arms, and I miss, but then I grab their arm and swing and kick them in the face.
Perfect. All right.
And that's going to be. I need to move these. 8 force damage.
8 force damage. Beautiful. All right. So
And
your first arm misses as they defend themselves, but you take that momentum, grab onto it, and swing yourself up to kick them. Anything else with your turn?
Well, that's my bonus action and my action for 2 attacks. And I got too close, so I can't just walk away.
Mm-hmm.
So I will stay by my pal, and I'll use the rest of my movement to get behind and flank if possible.
Sure.
Or maybe I'll just climb into his hair.
That would be a separate action to do. but you can certainly
Not
do
like half
that.
movement, Klein. Just kidding.
Um, you are a cool monk, but even cool monks can't do that. Can you move your token?
Yeah.
There you go.
So I'm gonna try to move around behind him.
Sure. Perfect.
Can I fit back here?
You could sort of fit back like here,
Yeah.
and that will get you sort of like in a flanking position with Ramiel. So now it is the tree's turn. It is blinded. It has been kicked and punched and hit with a morning star. So it's going to sort of like, it's going to reach out with one of its gnarled branches of an arm to where it felt you like rush by it as you kicked it. And it's going to go ahead and just do one slam attack against you. It has disadvantage because it is blinded, but it rolled a 23.
With
Ooh,
disadvantage.
that's gonna hit.
Yeah.
Ew.
So it is going to deal 19 bludgeoning damage to you. It just sort of whips around and goes whoosh, and just smacks you. Ah! It's going to take its, it's going to take its other arm and swing it towards Ramiel. With a 22 to hit.
Oh. Yeah, my armor class is 18.
All right, these digital dice are rolling real well. I wish they would do that when I was a player. I'm sorry.
Oh,
All right, and so it wheels around.
I forgot I could have made that a stunning strike. Good to know for next time.
Next time. Yeah, so, and it's going to deal 19 damage to you. It just takes this big sort of wooden fist and just goes and it just like, no intruders. And then I believe with the blind spell, does it get to save at the end of its turn?
You rolled so well at disadvantage. Wow.
No, what?
Chris.
Yep. All right.
No, with the blind spell, does it get to roll to save at the end of its turn?
Yes.
Yes,
At the.
okay.
Well, hang on. It's at the end of its turn. Yes. So Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Let's go ahead and see if it can see.
See if it can see.
Yeah. That's a 16.
That would beat a 14.
Okay. So as it's doing this, as it makes these swings, it sort of like at the same time swipes away these spectral crows and ravens that have been harrying it. But you see that it does that. That will be the end of its turn, and is now Amul's turn.
Man, I wish I went earlier. So as a bonus action, I would like to definitely go into a rage.
Yeah.
So staying
Right.
back,
What does
you can
that
see-
look like?
So I can see this the tree hitting my friends. I'm like, no, deep down, let's get pumped, and I just start rushing toward the tree in a
Okay.
rage.
All
I'll be
right.
on this side,
You
and all I'm doing
sure?
is like, deep down, deep down.
Deep down. All right.
I'm in a rage, and I would like to make a reckless attack on this stupid dumb tree.
Stupid
Perfect.
dumb tree.
Go ahead and
Yes,
Oh.
yeah. And I have
It's
ancestral
pining for your love.
protectors as well, so it's going to help with that.
okay, perfect.
Tori, Great Axe.
Yeah.
I can't use the bardic inspiration on damage, right? Only the attack roll itself.
That's right.
Okay.
You went reckless, so you do have advantage. I should give you an option when you roll to attack, but just go ahead and roll again to see if you do any better.
19.
19's gonna hit.
Awesome. So let me do some damage. Well,
Nice.
and I do have a second attack, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Does that add your rage damage?
The second attack?
No, the first one. All attacks. You should be getting extra damage.
You're
for
absolutely
raging.
right.
Yeah. Just whatever number it is, I'll add it manually.
It should be +2 then.
+2. Okay. So 12 plus 2 is 14. All right. Second attack.
Attack with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
25.
So close to that natural 20, but so good.
Oh.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna hit.
And 9.
9 damage. Very nice. Well, +2 for your rage, so 11.
Yes, it's 11, yeah.
All right.
And with the Ancestor Protectors, it'll have disadvantage on anyone against me.
Mm-hmm.
And if it hits another creature that isn't me, the person will have resistance.
All right. So you see this tree, reaching out, swatting at your friends. They get clocked hard. You start chanting deep down, and these sort of like astral spectral figures sort of like come out from beside of you and just like join in the chant, like you're in a huddle. Yeah. Back in the football field, it's just like deep down, and you both sort of like rush towards this tree, and your great axe swings away, chop, and just taking chunks out of it. And you're like, your ancestral protectors sort of like go and like create this like circle of a huddle around you and your friends surrounding this tree end. At the top of this round, we're gonna take a break.
Nice.
Nice.
Good timing.
So we're just gonna take like a 5 to 10 minute break. So get yourself a snack, a drink, use the bathroom, or do whatever you like. Just be back here to resolve the tree fight.
All right, folks, we'll be back. Stick around.
We'll be back.
We'll put it on A New Horizon.
Stay tuned, my lovelies. We'll be right back.
And we're back. Thanks for sticking around, folks. Let's get back to combat.
All right, we're gonna get back to the action. Hopefully there might be some natural ones rolled. Hopefully on my part, so these guys survive. But if they do, go ahead and hit that donate to Extra Life for all natural ones rolled.
Yes.
Or maybe they'll roll a natural 20 against me. Who knows? But back to the action. Lyric, it is your turn.
All right. I'm gonna pull out my lute and start strumming a little. And then I'm just gonna play a cover song that I used to play and start singing in my best singing voice I can, and then just say, "Where the bad oaks go when they die, they don't go to heaven where the angels fly. They go to a lake of fire and fry. We're gonna light you up like it's 4th of July." And cast
The tree
Vicious Mockery.
All right, Vicious Mockery. Is that a saving
Wisdom
throw, right?
saving throw.
Okay.
Spell
Saving
DC 14.
How wise is
Okay.
a tree?
That's right. I'm
How
it's
wise
gambling.
is a tree? Indeed. Let's see. It's pretty wise. That is a 18 total.
Bust. All right.
You sing these words at it, and it just sort of regards you like confused. Like your words didn't seem to like impact it
Yeah.
at all. It's just like
It has no concept of heaven and hell.
No tree. And anything else for you?
I will. I'm going to just stay put.
Okay.
Are you gonna move?
Nah,
Namaste.
Yeah. Oh, God. Boo. Alright. Do you have a boo on your soundboard there, Chris? Because you should. Exactly. Boo this man. Boo this man in
him.
chat. Ramil, it is your turn.
Okay.
You got your shit rocked by this tree.
Yes. I am. Is there any way that I can move to flank it as well, without going outside of its range?
Yeah, who are you? Well,
I just want to
Zachary, yeah.
try to be like near the back of it.
Sure. Yeah, you can. Well, you can be near the back of it, but Zachary and Amul are sort of like on opposite sides
Okay.
of it, so you can be in their space. But yeah, you can move to there. We won't be
Just like shove me
Just like right there, so that
Yeah.
way
Yeah, perfect. All right.
it sort of
Go
has
ahead.
three. It has to focus on 3 different directions at once.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm gonna take my 2 attacks. So, and this is with disadvantage or with advantage or without advantage.
No advantage. It
No
is no
advantage.
longer blind.
Oof.
Ooh.
Ugh. That's 7 for the first attack,
Okay.
and for the second,
That's better.
17.
17 definitely hits.
Okay, and with that, I can do, I believe. I think I can also do Divine Smite again.
Yeah, you could do
That-
you could
yeah.
do a Divine Smite if you have the spell slots.
Yeah, another first level Divine Smite. So that's an extra 2d8. So
Nice.
nice. 15.
Ooh, all right. So you take your Morning Star. You just kind of like you're a little bit hazy, a little bit dizzy from just like this massive tree trunk, like branch hand just smacking you. So your first swing kind of like you just swing out wide, but then your vision clarifies. You take your Morning Star and you bring it down with another flash of divine energy. And while your Morning Star just like splinters off chunks of this wood, you can see your Divine Smite carves a burning streak through this tree. If you give me 1 second, I have to do the bane of everybody's D&D experience, which is simple math.
Curses.
Yeah.
You
simple
think
math.
you can do math? I was born with it.
Murdered by it. But yeah, so just 1 second here. Okay. 15 damage. Ooh. All right. So while I'm doing that, Zachary, it is your turn.
Right. Seeing the scorching marks across the tree, I'm gonna seeing a mole on the other side, I'm gonna take my astral arms and attack it twice.
All right.
And do I get advantage for flanking?
You do. Yeah.
Right.
You are flanking with a mole. Its attention is kind of like there with the mole's like hype gang behind him. So go ahead and attack with advantage.
All right. Let's see. The first one. Oh. Did I just roll 2 6s? It's a
Jeez.
15.
I thought it was
Oh gosh.
So even with advantage is sort of like the burning scar from Ramil's assault. You know, it again just sort of like flails and catches one of your arms as you go in for the second hit. You still have advantage.
That'll be a 19. Which I believe hits.
A 19 does hit. Go ahead
Right.
and roll the damage.
So he's gonna grab one of my astral arms, and the other one's gonna come and slash him across the eye with the dragon claw. It's just flavor, not actually.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Certainly. So,
And that is going to be wisdom for 9 damage. And I'm gonna
9.
try to make this a stunning strike.
all right. Sure thing.
Stunning strike.
What is the, it's a constitution saving throw?
I'm
What is
looking it up
your-
right now. It's
Sure.
Where is it? Where are you? Ah! Oh, there it is. It is a con save of 15.
Con save. All right. $15, exactly.
Ah!
So you
That's how it happened. So close.
catches your first astral arm, but you use that sort of opening to rake your second dragon claw across its face, and just sort of like the claws tear into what would be its face, but in an attempt to stun it, it sort of pulls away from you. It is not stunned, but this thing seems to be limping. It is toe up from the flow up.
I see this, and I'm
Mhm.
gonna bonus action flurry of blows.
All right.
Nice.
I
Get it
see
done.
it teetering, and I'm just like, I was saving this, but I'm frustrated. So I'm gonna take another 2 attacks. 'Cause
All right.
I believe that's what it does.
Yep. Flurry of blows. Spend a key point.
All right. 2 unarmored, 1 iron. With advantage, with wisdom. It's
Perfect.
going to be. Let's see. I'm rolling again for a 20. Oh, it's.
Oh, there's
close.
close
It's
enough.
a 24. 24
Perfect.
for that first
Yep.
one.
That hits.
And rolling the second one. The roll was a 15, and then it's a 22. So 24 and 22.
Both of them hit. I'm not going to make you roll for damage. I will instead ask you, Zachary, to finish the fight.
All right. I see it toppling, and I crouch down and I swing my leg underneath its like 3-branch gnarled root legs, and I try to make it fall over. And I don't think that works, but it like bends its knee backwards, and then I see that it's like, "Ah!" and I run up the side of it and just kick it from the top, and that's what makes it topple over, and it shatters into dead wood.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, with it pulling away from your second dragon claw, and you sort of muster yourself, and you just take another claw. You kick you kick out its root-like legs, and the knee, as it were, buckles, and it starts to fall in that way that trees fall, which is slowly at first with that horrible groaning, just and
I
you take
call
the
out,
opportunity
Amul! Timber!
and you take the opportunity to run up to it, and with another kick, you just right in its tree face just go, and it takes the what would be its face, the bark around it scatters onto the gravelly floor. As it falls, you see the sort of like place from where it uprooted itself. All of you who are around it can see that there is a hole here. A hole that, of course, a tree would leave, that is
Leaf?
uprooted. Yes, no leaves on this tree. Get out. No.
I think we're branching off a bit too much here.
I'll
keep them coming.
I'll leave. I'll leave.
You guys,
Oh,
we gotta put
you
these
already
back
did
in the
that.
trunk. Put it back in the trunk.
Oh, wonderful.
Barking up the wrong tree. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm stumped.
Oof. God.
Have we found the root of the problem yet?
Damn.
That's enough. You gotta keep going with the game. This is not
That's the
game
show.
now.
This is not the direction we're going in.
Oh, yeah.
Not.
Look, folks. Its bark was worse than its bite.
Yeah.
These puns are
The-
brought to you by Coca-Cola.
So, the hole that it leaves behind as you fell this living tree seems to be larger than what would actually be unearthed and uprooted as it tears itself out of the ground. And you can see with the light of Ramil's morning star that it actually seems to be a kind of like a tunnel going down into the earth. And you can see very quickly as this tree falls, that hole is getting bigger and is sinking into itself. And it's reaching your feet. And I need you all to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh,
While the tree's falling, can I give Zakaria like the biggest like bro high five on the planet?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, you
dude.
can. As he comes down, you just sort of like another thunderclap.
With the
An
dragon with the
earth-shattering kaboom.
Yeah. Lyric, you don't need to make this dexterity save.
I'm
You're
way
not
back
near the
there.
hole.
Dex save, right?
Dex save, yes.
Oh, natural one.
hit the button. There it is.
There we go.
All right.
Natural one. There's one.
So,
Can I do
Zachary.
anything to try to catch them?
So,
With my
I'll let you
Astral
know.
Okay.
Zachary and Amul, you guys do this very cool high five. Zachary, your momentum carries you away as this sinkhole begins to form. And Amul, you kind of like go with his momentum. Ramil, how do you fall into this hole?
I feel like I was sort of just peering into it using the light of the morning star to try and see further into the hole, not realizing that I'm slowly starting to slip and I'm almost like falling headfirst right into it.
Hole, do you want to do this?
Just gonna help him with this, right?
I'm
So
just
it's-
like, I feel like I'm leaning over the hole trying to see it and I just sort of slowly topple in.
Yeah. So you're peering into it with your morning star and you just sort of go like, and the ground gives out from beneath your feet. And before you even know what's happening, you are suspended in air for just a beat, like a Wile E. Coyote second. and you go. So, Zachary, since you said something and you kind of clock this, and you can see Ramil going into this hole in slow motion, you can make. What do you want to do to try and save him if you want to?
Well, I think my astral arms have like an extra reach of like 10
Sure.
feet. So I want to try to like grab him with my astral arm and pull him back onto the land.
Clever.
So I need you to do two things for me. One is going to be, both of these rolls are going to be with disadvantage because, well, I'll first roll dexterity saving throw with disadvantage.
Okay, a fresh one or based off of my first one?
Fresh one.
Okay.
Would I be able to give a help action at all with my like strong stability or something?
I would say no in this moment. Based off of what he does, you might be able to help. What did you get?
With disadvantage, I think it's 14.
A 14. You can see him and grab on to him, his ankle, as he starts to fall into this hole, and you've got him, and he's taking you with him.
Oh,
Make a strength, either an athletics check or just a straight strength roll, but with disadvantage. But Amul, you see this happening now. You can help, and you can help Zachary and Ramil somehow. What do you want to do?
I want to, since we high-fived, I want to make sure like I have my arm on his shoulder at the very least and try to like stabilize his position.
All right. So you sort of like reach out and sort of try to stabilize him and hold Zachary there as he is being dragged into this hole with Ramil. So Zachary, go ahead and make that check. Just normal roll, not with advantage.
And because it's my astral arm, I get to use my wisdom modifier for this kind of check.
Yeah, go for it.
But it's not with any kind of proficiency, right? It's just a wisdom check.
Yeah, just a wisdom check unless you are proficient in athletics.
I am.
There you go.
All
So,
right.
yeah, make a wisdom check with add your proficiency modifier.
So that'll be a +7. 25.
25. Wow. So, all right. So what's happening is that.
So, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, sorry. I'll say. You go to catch Ramil. You get him, but you start to slip as well. Your astral arms. You focus your mind into these astral arms, but it's taking your body with it. Amul, you step in and you just sort of like brace Zachary with your strength and help pull him, stabilize him back on the edge of this sinkhole. And for the time being, you are not moving. Ramil, make a perception check for me.
What do you see down there?
You still got your-
I don't know. 13.
13. So, through all of this, you can see with the light emanating from your morning star that this does indeed seem to lead into it's a rough tunnel, but it is a tunnel nonetheless. And you kind of discern that like this living tree might have been here to guard this tunnel. So now I want to ask you, Ramil, do you want to go down here?
I sort of yell back, "There's a tunnel!"
Oh, great. How deep is it? Can I drop you?
Do I see how far down? Like, do I see floor?
Yes, your light goes it goes 60 feet, I believe.
Well, I have dark vision, so
Yeah. So you get bright light, and you can see a floor. It's not like just like a hole. It's sort of like a sloping, sloping, sliding, like dirt and rock tunnel. So you won't be like falling, but if you let go, you will be sliding.
And I'm grabbing his ankle, right? So he's hanging upside down.
Yeah. He's sort of like hanging like he's.
That's why I'm like I don't really have much choice of whether if I go down there or not. I'm either let go or I have to sort of like kick my way out. So there's a tunnel. It looks like it slopes downward. Shall we follow it?
I'd love to, but kind of. I'm like being pulled by Amul, and I'm being dragged in by Ramil, and I still have my 2 arms free because I think it's just the astral arms that are being engaged.
Yeah.
So the rest of me is just stabilizing with my hands. And right, can I swing you to the wall? And can you slide down?
Sure. Yes. Let's try that.
All right. Here we go. And I like try to just swing Ramil over to the slope as much as I can so that they can like steady themselves and slide down safely.
Sure, go ahead and just make another athletics check with your wisdom and proficiency.
Oh, it's 11.
You can swing him, but you're starting to your body starting to move, but you can swing him over to the wall. But as you do, that sort of like it carries your momentum as well, and you're now starting to go towards this hole, which, by the way, didn't stop getting bigger.
Oh.
So let me go.
Oh.
I got this.
So Lyric, before anything happens to them, what are you doing?
I am running up to the edge of where it's safe, and just looking to see who is not fallen yet. And I don't have anything that I can help with, so let's see.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I'm not strong. I'll grab onto who's up top.
Amul.
Yeah,
I'm the furthest away from the hole between us three.
Are you holding on to
Mole's
Zach?
holding on to Zachary.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
Mole's
just
holding
make
on
this
to
a daisy
Romeo.
train then. I'll just grab onto
Yeah.
a mole and start pulling.
Okay.
And
But I'm
I
about to
told
like-
Amul to let me go.
Yeah. Okay. So this is my question. Do you all want to make a dexterity saving throw? Or do you want to go down the hole?
I'll go down the hole.
I'm planning to slow fall down the hole.
Adventures go down the
I'm-
hole.
Let's go down the hole.
Fluffy go down the hole.
I'm kind of at the mercy of these ancestral arms. So like,
Yeah, Ramil, you don't get a choice. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Like, you are at the mercy of gravity right now. So,
exactly.
Ramil's campaign now. It's just him in the hole.
yeah, Ramil in the hole.
RNH folks.
Campaign.
I'll put the lotion
So-
in the basket. Okay.
We're not doing that. That's the next one I'm doing. No, I'm just kidding. So I'll tell you what happens. Let me paint y'all a word picture. Zakari, you with your astral arms swing Ramil over to the sort of side of this sloping tunnel down, and Ramil, you get there, and at that moment, Zakari, your momentum takes you, and you say to Amul to let go, but the hole is getting bigger, and Amul's foot slips, and in that moment, Lyric comes in behind Amul, and you go poop, 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 shwoof, down into the tunnel. And you guys slide, and you slide for a while. And by a while, I mean like a couple seconds. It's a rough and rocky sort of slide. It's like the worst slip and slide ever. The kind that has rocks beneath it, and you don't like it. But you sort of like slide,
Worst slip and
you
slide ever.
I'm like
down.
sledding on my astral arms.
Yeah. Yeah. Your astral arms are kind of like beneath you. Like,
You're like Adventure Time, dog.
yeah, you're like and they're kind of like kicking up this dirt and rock, almost like a bulldozer as you go along. But you're all sliding down the tunnel, and it kind of like curves and goes every which way. And you all end up down at the bottom of this with a rather rough sort of landing. And you're in this sort of like, it would be pitch black if not for Ramil's light on the end of his morning star. But you all sort of end up in this dark cavern, very like rocky cavern that it's just a rocky tunnel. And Ramil, ahead of you, you can actually see there are other sources of light, very faint, but a little bit of a green hue to them, similar to those floating lights that you saw in the forest that led you here. So I'm going to ask a technical question of Chris. Chris, how do I
Switch maps.
switch maps?
Go to your maps page
Yeah.
and just hover over it.
Yep.
Right click it, and should say activate.
Activate. There we are. Okay. So there you go.
Basement cavern.
Foundry activated.
Yeah. This sort of like winding, twisting, there's like rocky rubble on the floor. It's a very rough hewn sort of tunnel down here where you've landed.
I see black.
Almost way too excited to have gone through that. It's like, woo, dude, that was wicked cool, dude.
See black?
Wasn't that fun for me?
Well, it could have been worse.
Yes. Thank you, Zachary.
But, wait, where are we? You guys, what you see?
I see some lights up ahead. It looks similar to the floating lights, I think. Same
Wait.
color, at least.
Well,
Well, let's go check it
there's
out.
this far.
Someone's gonna start like trudging toward the light, not overly stealthy.
Mm-hmm.
He knows how to do that.
Right now, can I just, since they can't really see in the cave, can I use divine sense and see if I can detect any good or evil in the end of the cave?
Sure. What is the? It's an aura that goes around you. What's the range of that?
Let me just. I believe it's 60 feet. So.
So let's see, 60 foot. Yeah, you pretty much get to the whole cavern there. You, when you use this, how do you sort of like extend your senses?
I sort of just I hold my morning star aloft, sort of focus on the light, and try to see if I can use Helm to sort of sense if there's anything evil around, particularly in front of us, to see if,
Sure.
since we've dealt with a living tree, what is possibly down here?
Sure. So you sort of hold your morning star to you, clutch the holy symbol of Helm, and your sort of mind expands in a way almost like a sonar ping of just boom. And for you, it sort of feels like this sort of like warmish sort of pulse goes out from you, and the echo comes back, and you feel the presence of Helm in your mind, and you get the sense that there is nothing fiendish or celestial, but what else can you sense with that? What specifically?
Anything undead or anything that has been like consecrated or desecrated with like the hollow spell, the hallow spell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Nothing of that nature comes back to you, but what you do sense, what you do sense is there is something not right going on deeper into this cavern, and your light from your morning star sort of like you can see these green flames in the distance, and you can see shapes, and from the echo of the sonar pulse of your divine sense you get back a just, it's not evil, but it makes you uneasy.
Hmm. I don't like the feeling of this.
Well,
It-
what is it, Dan?
It's just an uneasy feeling I have in this cavern.
Oh, was it the alcohol? Do you need to sit for a minute?
If it's something else, we can beat it up.
Might have been the log I took to the head earlier.
Oh,
Yeah. No. Shall we press forward?
yeah, sure. Lead the way, dear.
Okay.
I'll ask you, as you press forward, you can actually see. Hold on. Let me do some weird Foundry stuff. As you press forward, you can actually see there are 3 shapes. Well, 4 technically. That hulking but hunched humanoid figure that you saw silhouetted as you entered. There are 3 of them here. There are braziers that they are standing around, emitting that sickly green flame. And they are standing around what seems to be a raised sort of dais or altar, something of the like. But on top of it, you can see with your light, seems to be this more humanoid shape, regular, like a man, not moving. You're not sure if they're still breathing. They're there. And as you go, you hear, impatient little piggies. We're not done yet. And
I'm gonna turn invisible and start getting closer.
okay. All right, Lyric, you go
Cast
invisible.
invisibility.
Yeah.
So let's have fun with this.
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
Can-
I'm not feeling too good.
well, I can't.
There you are. Can
Oh.
you now see yourself?
I can't.
That's good. You're invisible.
Oh. Great.
There you go. You turn invisible. Is there anything else anyone else is doing in this moment?
Am I still enraged from before, or did that wear off after the fight?
That would have worn off after you got out of combat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm
a
gonna
little
make
bit. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You go.
So a little bit aggroed from them calling us pigs before. I want to step up a little bit closer. Hey, I told you we're not pigs. And just a little bit closer.
You will be soon. They were all pigs, and you see what's happened to them. This one is not dissimilar to you, rude little boys. The other figures sort of like come around this altar, this sort of plinth, and they group up together.
Can I start scaling the walls around to the, I want to get to the altar thingy.
You can do a round of just your movement, so you can move about 30 feet.
Yeah.
As this is going on, but you can't get all the way around to them, to him with your excuse me, with your movement just now. As they're speaking, is there anything that anyone else is doing? Mul, you said your dope shit. Ramil, Zachary.
Yeah, I was starting to say earlier, I think having past adventures with this, I know that Lyric may go invisible, and I make a telepathic link with him so he can telepathically communicate with me.
Cool.
Okay. Now, Lyric, can you speak as a typical person would speak in your mind? Sorry, give you that opportunity.
No, but I tell you what I will do. If you'll allow it, for purposes of the thematics of being a Kenku bard, I carry the spell Tongues.
Sure.
That I can speak any language. Any speaking language that I hear, I can interpret and speak.
Perfect. So
Is that concentration though with invisibility?
No, it's not. Thank God.
It's not concentration.
Nope.
So you probably would have. And how long does it last?
It lasts a long time. That's for a game. It lasts an hour.
An hour.
Yeah.
An hour.
Yeah.
So you probably would have cast on yourself when you've got to here, because if you cast it while you're invisible, you'll lose invisibility.
Fair.
Yeah. So you probably would have, for you guys have been adventuring for a while. You're kind of used to this tactic, and you know that communication is key in these scenarios.
Yeah.
You might have cast it on yourself going into this situation. So yeah, I'll say that you can speak the language, and you can communicate telepathically with Zachary there.
Great.
Ramil, is there anything that you are doing in this moment?
Let's see. So the only ones that really got hit in the last fight were me and Zachary, correct?
Yeah.
I'm gonna quickly do lay on hands and heal Zachary for I think what would it be for you to be full? I have 25 as HP.
To be full, it'd be 19.
Okay. So I'll do 12.
Cool. Thank you.
And I say, if you do you just heal him, or do you want to also do a lay on hands to yourself?
Yeah, I'll lay on hands on myself for the rest of the 13.
Yeah, you will, you dirty boy. I'll lay on hands myself.
God,
he's an innocent boy.
He's innocent. Don't make this weird.
Too late.
So this sort of warming light comes from your hands as you touch Zachary, and your wounds are healed, and your sort of bell gets unrung.
Thank you, dear.
vision clarifies.
You're welcome, Zachary.
In this moment, Lyric is sneaking around invisibly, skirting along the walls, and these hulking figures, which you can see with more light now, they are about 7 to 8 feet tall. Sort of a ragged, clothed hair, stringy white silver hair, sort of like perpetually wet, hangs down and clings to their face and their clothes all the way to the floor. Their, ragged robes sort of like hide these gnarled and bent, almost skeletal limbs with this very sickly pale green skin. And each of them sort of goes in this discordant harmony, goes, "Sisters, we must deal with them." As they say this, you can see this sort of like orb rise up in the triangle of them, and just like it's sort of this like swirling, misty, dark spinning orb, and it goes over the head of the one that addressed you before. It's like, "Just stay there and we will deal with you." And I need you all to roll initiative.
One more thing.
So hold on, I will go ahead and boop. There we are.
When I saw the orb rise, can I have summoned a mage hand?
Yeah, sure.
Right. So one of my astral arms kind of comes up into the air, and then the hand like floats off of it, and then a new hand grows on the astral arm.
Ooh, perfect.
So now there's
I love
like
it.
a floating piece of my astral arms as a mage hand.
Yo, dog, I heard you like hands, so I put a hand on your hand.
And I really wish I was rolling higher for initiative. Ugh.
Oh, man. Alrighty then. So, getting into initiative here. You see this orb rise up, and you cast your mage hand, and your hand grows a hand. Zachary, what do you do?
Oh dear, this is not a good situation. Well, does the orb look solid, or is it like a ball of energy?
Make an Arcana check.
Would this be Arcana or Perception?
You could do either, I would say.
Okay.
Question while he's doing
22
that.
Perception.
How many?
Okay.
How many baddies are down here?
There's
Three?
3
Okay.
3 that we can see.
Yeah.
that you can see. Yeah, you can't see it anymore, can you? 22 Perception.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with the 22 Perception, you can see this sort of like there wasn't a physical thing that rose up. It's just sort of like these sort of like smoke and the mist and everything, and this sort of like shadows sort of coalesced into this orb. It seems like a incorporeal sort of like kind of like a magic type deal.
Okay. Zachary is gonna take the opportunity to jump into the fray. Not sure what's gonna happen yet, but just trying to go off of instinct. They're just gonna speedy run. Let's see, where they got 40 feet of movement, so take about 25. Can I?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna stand there where I'm at with the brazier, and
Sure.
I'm gonna be in range of 2 of them with my astral arms, with
Perfect, yeah.
extra range, and I'm gonna swipe at him. At
Cool.
the one on the north part.
Okay. So this one.
Hi.
Okay. Go ahead.
And
Swing
I
away.
still have my astral arms out, which lasts for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna attack once. That's a 24 to hit, and again, same one.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 15. Do both of those hit?
First one hits. The second one does not.
Right. So the first one hits with 9 force damage,
Okay.
and I'm going to try to make that a stunning strike.
Okay.
So that's a
Constitution saving throw.
Constitution save of 15.
So you're like a Scottish Dalsim from Street Fighter.
Ooh, nice reference. Solid. They get an 18.
So they succeed, and they are not stunned.
Ah!
I'm using so many key points. I'm going to use my... No, I'm going to save it. So I ran in, swiped twice from over the brazier, and hit once. Tried to push in a little bit of astral energy to stun them, and it doesn't take effect. And that is not good. So I'm gonna run across the wall, hugging the wall for another 25 feet to try to go around this woman
Okay.
over here, but not like straight. Try to go around this.
Right. You're going around. You're not. You're staying out of her range there.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. That's your turn. It is now their turn. And in the same sort of discordant harmony, you sort of hear is just like, bad little piggies need to be taught a lesson. And the lead one, the orb is floating over
Hey,
their head.
once that
and-
DM, do a real quick question? I'm so sorry. Because I wanted to move my 30 feet a long time ago. Can I do that? Because I don't want to be
go ahead and
in orb attacking zone.
okay. Move where you would want to go. You're sort of like going along the wall there.
Yeah.
Can I try
I'm going
one more thing?
Oh yeah, go for it.
right here?
Because I didn't use my bonus action for any
Can
key
you-
point stuff. I want to try a telekinetic shove,
Okay.
but I
So
want
what
to
is-
try to
what's that do?
aim it for.
I'll hide behind this
Uh,
rock.
huh?
Me, I'm just talking to myself.
Oh, sorry. You're doing.
I want
your
to try to
shove?
shove the ball, the orb.
Okay. So what do you have to
possible.
do to do that? Like I don't know.
So, mechanically, it's a strength save of 15, or be moved
Okay.
5 feet toward me or away from me.
Okay. So I'm gonna say this is sort of like an incorporeal thing, but I want you to do this. So why don't you instead? Can you make a wisdom check and add your proficiency bonus?
Sure. So I will roll
Kind of like you make you an
insight, because
attack.
that's a wisdom with proficiency.
Yeah,
You'll just give it
perfect.
the +7. Natural! Oh, that's a 7. I thought it was a 1.
No.
Seven.
Woo!
I've never been so disappointed. So it's a 14.
Incredible. You sort of like reach out with your mind to like shove this orb, and it's sort of like, do you want to shove it away or pull it towards you?
I think away. Just
Away. Okay. So like you sort of like push with your mind in, and it's sort of like in the way that you like ever blown through like smoke or mist or fog, it just sort of goes and just sort of like discorporates for a second. Let me just like swirls around and it reforms. But what it does is that it now, what you can see is what forms out of it is almost like an eye. And it opens and it looks right at you.
Oh dear.
And looking at you, they all sort of turn in unison to look at you. And from the eye, you can see it's just like, sisters, do we maybe want some... maybe this one is a little bit haunted. And it pushes into your mind. And
Which one did that?
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Sweet. I get advantage on those.
Hey.
Cool. Can't see. Okay, so the first one's a 13.
Okay.
And the next one is a 15, which is a little better.
All right. So, this eye and these, let's call them what they are, they're hags. They push into your mind, and for a second, your second self appears before you. Your twin soul. They appear before you, but they are not motherly at all. They're angry at you. And they snarl. And you think for a second, oh no. What have I done? I've never been apart from myself before. At least, not that I choose to remember. But wait. You've never been apart from yourself, so this can't be real. They swing at you, but their image disapparates like so much mist. Or, this sort of cold air brushes against your face as nothing happens. All
I
right,
never want to see that again.
that's their turn. Next up is Lyric.
Okay.
You're invisible.
I'm going to scoot up behind this altar here. Do you have that X pointy thing? Right there.
Oh, yeah.
I want to go right there.
Over here.
Yep.
Okay.
And look inside to see if there's anything of importance.
So what you see when you go up to the altar is just sort of this stone sort of plinth that is almost like risen out of, out of the very floor of this cavern. And around it are these sort of like runic markings and different like astrological symbols and some things that you, even with your ability to understand, languages, and sort of mimic them, you don't really like know what they are. They even then seem foreign to you. You do see that there is a body on top of this sort of like raised dais lying down.
Mm-hmm.
It is a male, mid to late 30s, sort of like shaggy, dirty, simply dressed, shaggy beard and everything. Unconscious, but breathing.
All right. I'm going to tell... Can I sort of bonus action communicate with Zachary?
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bonus action. I think you can just do it.
You could just, could just do it.
I'm just going to say in tongues, body, human, alive, lyric, take. And I'll start pulling the body off the altar.
Sure. Go ahead and so you're still invisible. Are you trying to do this unnoticed?
I'm going to try to do this.
Okay. Then I need you to try to make a stealth check for me.
Can you inspire yourself?
That's a good question. I don't think I can.
Think that you can.
That's all right. What do you need? Stealth?
Stealth, yes.
All right. No problem.
Do they get advantage because I'm distracting them?
Watch this.
That might affect their ability to see him, but
I got a +9, so it's got to be good.
hell
That is
yeah.
big.
What do you got there?
Just
16?
Yeah.
Yeah, you like very deftly start to like move this figure, and they are very much focused on Zachary in this moment.
It's all dragging behind me, like
Yeah,
slowly
so you sort
going
of like
back this way.
start to drag him. Just for fun, make a strength check.
Yeah, of course. Oh god. Right. Strength check. Sure. -1. Wait. Where is just a regular? Oh, okay. Here we go. Come on, baby. Be like something high. Oof. Yep.
Oof. All right. So with a 5, you're not quite able to get, like you are dragging. How big is Lyric? Like
5 foot.
size-wise?
No, wait. 4'5".
Okay. So you are like, you don't have a lot of strength, and you are dragging like dead weight. For not dead, he's not dead, but he's dead weight. He's like
Pun
not carrying
accepted.
himself. You are carrying dead weight, and you just sort of like get him off of there, but you're only able to move about like 5 feet.
So like here.
Yeah, away from there. Yeah. So
Okay.
you just managed to get him off of there, but they don't still, even with that, don't seem to have
Well, they're gonna be
seen you with that.
very confused when they see this freaking Weekend at Bernie's invisible, just body moving, going.
Yeah. All right. Anything else for your turn? I'm gonna say to drag him, to get him. And
That's-
drag
yeah.
him as your action and movement.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to, if DM will allow it, I'm going to bonus action inspire Zachary, telepathically.
I love it. Fuck, do it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because either way, you would give away your position.
Right. So
Yeah.
I'm just, as I'm stuck, I just say, Lyric, believe, sing song, happy thoughts, Zachary, good.
And then my alter ego is just going to be like, "Oh, you sweet dear."
All right. That is your turn. Now it is Amul.
If I say something, would that be a turn or an action?
No, you could just speak as a free action.
Okay, cool. So I want to approach the hags.
Sure.
I just want you to know that I'm doing this not out of any sense of toxic masculinity, but I respect your empowerment and your individualism as women. So let's get bumped! And I go into a rage.
All right.
That was the most woke rage.
Yeah. So you just
False
very,
advertisement.
Yeah.
I just want to be upfront. Just want them to know I appreciate them.
Listen, I'm all about hashtag HLM. That's Hag Lives Matter. So like,
Jesus. Okay. Okay.
So I would like. Do we know which one did the magic on Zachary, or was it like a combination of the three?
You get a sense that is the three of them together have this orb, like in floating, like sort of like brought this orb up. But you see the orb specifically over the head of this one closest to you.
Okay, cool. So what I would like to do is I would like to go and attack the northmost one if I can. Can I invade this spot here? Or is there a thing?
There's a brazier there, so you can stand there, but you will probably catch on fire.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
stand there. It's cool. It happens in video games.
I'll,
all the time.
Yeah,
You're
it's about
raging,
like
you
a
wouldn't
3 foot
notice.
high. It's
A
about a
brazier is
3
Quick,
foot high.
I need water.
Rather big.
Are they like stone pillars or are they like iron wrought? Are they
It's like an iron wrought brazier. Yeah,
Oh,
almost like a very large goblet.
If I go here, I'll just set that down. If I
Sure.
go like here, if I go like here, would that be an opportunity to attack by this one?
No, you wouldn't be leaving their combat range. No.
Oh, great. Okay, cool. Oops, let me
Yeah.
go there.
Yeah.
I don't know how to deselect that. Cool. And I would like to attack this bottom one here with my axe.
Yeah. Go ahead and do it up.
And I want to go at no, never mind. Yeah, just normal attack. Can I use my bardic on that? Is it too late?
No, go for it. That's what it's there for.
Awesome. What just
Okay.
roll a d8 for that?
Yeah. What you can do is if you see the dice shapes down here, you can just click on the D8 shape, which is the third one from the left. It's 2.
14.
Total of 14 will not hit.
Okay. I was gonna do something. Does that set my guardians on that hag? My protectors? Or does it
Yeah,
not?
what did they do?
Oh, let me. There we go. So it's a first creature I hit with my attacks. I don't think it hits them because I missed.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
So if you
Okay.
do manage to strike them, then you
Yes,
get
I will
something
go ahead and
special.
attack again then. Use my second attack.
Sure.
Oh,
Oh.
worthless.
Ouch.
See, what else can I do? I don't think I can really do anything meaningful right now. I think I totally just wasted my turn on being nice.
So like you sort of like humbly approach them and just be like, look, I respect you, but I do want to hurt you. You go into a rage. You go up to the one, and with your first strike, you do actually manage to like land your axe on her shoulder, but you encounter something that you didn't really account for. You think that you hit, but your axe hits something that's like akin to like a very tough like wood or even iron, and it kind of like bounces off her extremely tough skin. And with that, you're kind of like stunned. You go, and the second you go for your second strike, and it just completely like you're not sure what to do, so it just sort of like goes right in front of her.
Okay.
All right. So action, bonus action, movement, anything else?
No, I think that was everything. At least everything I can do right now.
Sure.
Nope. Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah. That's
Okay. All right. So now, Ramil, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna see. So I'm gonna move on the other side of this brazier here,
Mm-hmm.
so that I can get into range of attacking the hag like right below the brazier.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna go with my Morning Star and attack. Do my first attack. Don't think a 9 hits.
No.
And I'll go with my second attack.
This is a horror game.
Yes, I know, right? Oh, are you kidding me? No.
Oh, that's so rough, buddy.
And
Oh,
I
no.
Your
just-
digital die hit the
With-
fourth wall.
I just whiff it.
All right. So you go to run up. How's Ramil feeling seeing all this go down?
First instinct is to just run in there and protect my friends. I still feel uneasy about what these hags are capable of because I don't necessarily I didn't feel an evil presence, but I felt that just like an uneasy feeling. So I guess I would say I'm a little scared. Not gonna lie.
All right. So with that sort of like uneasy feeling and like can't decide between like attack or protect, you kind of like you run in and just these unsure strikes just like are dodged like more easily than you would have thought by these creatures. But after that, they sort of like that orb which is now this open eye shifts your way. And that uneasiness sinks in a little bit more. So with that, top of the round, Zachary.
I'm gonna see this happen, and I'm gonna step forward and take. I want to try this first. I want to use my bonus action shove and try to push over the brazier
Yep.
into and like toss the embers into the middle of the hags so they like splash with embers and fire.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, definitely. So again, because it's an object that you're interacting with, go ahead and make that wisdom check using your proficiency bonus.
23.
Oh yeah, definitely. So you're trying to get the brazier to like be dumped out into the middle of these hags here. You reach out with your mind and just sort of like pull it down, and the like burning embers and charcoals just spill out in the middle of them. I'm gonna go ahead and just give them a you know what? Yeah. No, I'm not gonna give them a save. I'm gonna be nice and just be like, they're each gonna take a 6 plus no. So with that, these sort of like burning coals spill at their feet. They each take 11 points of fire damage. Whoa. As they're sort of like caught up in this spilling brazier, and that was just your bonus action.
Sweet, thank you. And I'm going to take 2 attacks at this northward hag.
Okay.
And trying to think of a way to get flanking, but everything's kind of angled in a funny way. So the first hit is for 17.
17 is gonna hit.
Oh, right. And second attack is 15. Right? 15.
15 does not hit.
Okay. Well, that's still full damage for 10 force damage on that northward hag.
Nice.
And that's my bonus action and my 2 attacks. And I'm not in range yet of them. And can I use my inspiration on that second attack?
Yeah, go for it.
And that's
Yeah.
a D
D8.
D8. Okay. D8. So that was a 15, adding 8 to it.
Yes!
So your first attack goes in with a strike with your astral arm and sort of like gets her in the shoulder. Your second one looks like it's almost going to go right past her head, but with a sort of like the inspiration ringing in your ears from Lyric sort of like adjusts the trajectory of your astral fist, giving her just a solid left hook. So yeah, go ahead and roll your damage for
So that second hit is 8 force damage.
8 for it. So what was the total? 10 plus 8?
18.
Okay.
Plus
Perfect.
11 fire.
Yeah. What a good round.
And
Okay.
We've all done really good this round. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, it's a new
Amal
it's
and
a
I
new
are
round.
doing just great.
It's a new round. It's a new day.
It's a new life, and
I'm gonna taunt them a little bit with some words and just say, it looks like you're in the hot seat. And I'm gonna move back a little bit. Back here, I think.
Yeah. You know what? Go ahead and take inspiration from me for that. So that's a free re-roll for you when you use it. All right. Action, bonus action, movement. Yeah, that's your turn. Now it's their turn. The one that you hit, the orb shifts over to her head, and she is not happy with that. She looks and it looks in your direction. You're the one who's been like causing her all this grief. And she says, "This little piggy should burn." And the iris of the eye glows this bright electric blue and streaks out from the eye a lightning bolt. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That's going to be... What is it? I can't... It's like right under the clear all...
It's
Oh, no.
20 total.
20 total. That is going to make it. So
Half damage.
yeah, what would be 31 points of lightning damage.
Oh my gosh.
You dodge out of the way as this lightning bolt streaks towards you.
Yeah.
You take 15 points of lightning damage.
Thank you for those healing hands.
And that is their turn. Next up is Lyric. You have this body, you are invisible, dragging it along with you, and they didn't seem to have noticed you just yet.
I'm going to keep dragging it back as far as I can in this direction. I want to try.
Okay.
I want to try to hide it behind this rock if I can get that far.
Sure.
So
Yeah, so you can, because you're dragging something, you can go
Yeah.
half your movement.
well, which is perfect because that's 15 feet.
Perfect, yeah.
So I want to do that, and that'll be my full movement because dragging.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to cast Silence, which is a 20-foot radius.
Ooh.
I don't know if I can do that with this thing, but 20 feet.
Where do you want it?
It
measured?
would be here. I
Okay.
want to try to.
It's a 20-foot radius,
Yep.
and you want it centered right here. Okay.
Sort more closer to Zach as I'm trying
here?
not to get
Okay. So a 20-foot radius of a.
I can't draw a radius on here.
I can
Wait,
do it.
Wait,
So
look at that.
this is going to be a 20-foot radius. That will get
Yeah.
everybody.
So here. Oh
Okay.
shit. Okay. Nope. All right. Then I'm moving it. I'm moving it here.
Sure. All right.
Oh, fuckaroo. Oh well.
Wait.
You know what?
Is that what you
here? This is what I'm doing.
Okay. All right. Last chance.
Like that.
Okay.
So it gets the 3 hags.
Okay. So you cast this sort of zone of silence that just sort of like invisibly sort of like bubbles out. And there's sort of this like translucent shimmering shell around that you can see, and all of you can sort of like perceive this. But the hags sort of turn, and that orb sort of turns as you are now revealed for casting a spell.
Yeah, I'm crouching by the rock. I have the body
and-
hidden behind the rock, but
Yeah.
not hiding because I didn't say that I was. So
Right. And it turns towards you, and the hags all turn in unison towards you and go. But you don't hear anything because they're in silence.
kind of like you did to me last night on Zoom.
I know. So there you go. That's your action and your movement. Do you have any bonus action?
So that dragging the thing, and I would be done. I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
Perfect. That's your turn. Now I come to Amul. You notice, Amul, that like while you can still like move and do everything in this sort of like shimmering field, you go to like you can't hear anything. You can't. You can speak, but you won't make any sound.
Okay. I don't think anything I want to do takes sound at the moment anyway.
Okay.
Okay. I wouldn't freak out, right? Like I know this is one of.
Yeah, like you have been with Lyric before, so you know like
Okay,
what he's
cool.
capable of.
Cool. Awesome. So I would like to. I'm gonna reckless attack this time.
Yeah.
To the hag to my direct north, so the middle one.
Okay. The middle one, yeah. Do it up.
Oops. Advantage. Oh, it's almost.
Ooh. Yeah,
so
that's
close. Wait, do I crit on 19s? I don't, right?
no.
Okay.
Unless there's I don't think so.
I don't think I do.
But it does but it does hit.
Yes. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Better than before. Damage. Normal. Yeah, 14. Okay, sweet.
Oh,
Awesome.
sick. And plus your rage
plus two-
makes that
plus 16,
16. Yep.
Let's do it.
Nice. Very nice.
And would I be able to, leaving this up to the DM, suplex the one to my right? Can I like pick the hag up and like slam her on the ground?
Yeah, what you could do, you could make one of your the second attack a grapple. So go ahead and you hit the one,
Yes.
And you want to suplex the other one. So you just slash and then like.
And just like grab and like, and like toss and like throw down and grapple. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So go ahead, make an athletics check with advantage since you are raging.
Ooh. 22.
All right. And 22, I don't think that she's going to make it. She's going to make checks. Oh no. So you hit the one. I mean, you would grunt, but you don't make any sound. So,
look very passionate.
Mm-hmm. And then you take the other one and just sort of like wrestle her down into the ground there, and you knock her prone. So she's prone. And the
and
other
my
one
protectors are affecting the middle one too. So I have those. Awesome.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do some quick math here. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You do that. Yeah. Anything else for you?
I don't think so because I'm grappling at the moment. No, I think I'm good. I think that's all. I'm all good.
All right. Awesome. That's your turn. Next is going to be Ramil.
Does she take more fire damage if you pound her into the coals?
Oh yeah, you know what?
Yeah,
you pound her into the coals.
Oh.
And sort of like slam her down into there. Now I'm going to say, yeah, she burns for just like, well, all of them sort of like are still in this space with this fire. But she like takes another like 13 points of fire damage for you slamming her into the coals like that. So yep. All right, Ramil, you are up.
Okay. I am. Okay, so that the brazier has been knocked over, so that can move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can I move to the space where the brazier was?
Sure.
Okay, so I want to move there, and I want to attack the hag, like at the top. I'm just gonna.
I think you also get advantage for melee attacks on prone creatures.
Yes.
So that one that I'm attacking is prone.
No, the one that you're attacking
okay.
is not prone. The one next to Amul is prone.
Okay, yeah.
Southernmost one.
Okay. So yeah, just a.
And you're also flanking.
Yeah. So.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
All right. Good
And
rolls.
I'm going to use Divine Smite with a second level spell slot.
Nice.
Oh, awesome. Yes.
So roll
Is this still the
this
northernmost one?
damage and then spell Divine Smite seconds.
All right.
And then that's the
Okay.
7 radiant damage.
Ooh,
So
okay.
4 piercing. And then I'll take my second attack.
And which
on it.
one is this on? Is it the northernmost?
The
or middle
northernmost. The
one?
northernmost.
Okay. All right.
And then for my second attack, 14.
14 is not going to hit, unfortunately.
Oof.
You go into is how you sort of like step into this brazier space that's been knocked down. You kind of like find your resolve in this moment as you swing away towards this hag, and as you connect that, that radiant fire streaks across her, and she would scream out this horrible screech. You see her trying to do this, but you hear nothing. But she is looking very hurt. Your second swing after this, just sort of like, but in that moment of clarity after having her bell rung, your second strike she catches in her giant sort of bony hand and stares up into your face.
I'm imagining like it's still glowing, so it's got like the most ghastly shadows on her face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I just kind of mouth.
that'd be some good artwork.
All right.
What did you
Awesome.
mouth?
You sure are ugly.
You are one ugly motherfucker. All right.
Well, she
Zachary,
didn't hear you.
that is, you are up now.
All right, I see the tide starting to turn, and so I dive into the silence of the dome
Mm-hmm.
here.
Enjoy
Do I get
the
flanking if I have
silence.
range?
Yeah, I'd say you could still get flanking with Ramil over there.
Okay, so I'm gonna attack her twice with advantage,
All right.
and pulling up my actions, putting those away. So an 18 for the first hit,
That'll hit.
and a 25 for the second hit.
That'll definitely hit.
Ooh.
I think they're marking as disadvantage, but
Are they?
that was just
No.
my mistake for setting up the.
Sure.
Maybe.
You still take
Okay.
the higher one.
All right, so she takes 5 points of force damage for the first attack, and 7 for the second attack. So
Beautiful.
that's and I'm gonna try shoving her into the flames again. Just like
Okay.
This
kind of
feels
from the
mean.
north to the south line.
This feels mean, doesn't it?
It does. It does. It's weird.
All right. So you do your shove, and this is against a creature, so it's a strength saving throw.
It is a strength saving throw of 15.
15. All right. That is a 17.
So she succeeds.
Yeah.
And with the rest of my movement, so that was my bonus action, my actions to attack,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna back away again
Okay.
to like here-ish.
All right. So you move in to this circle of silence. Your astral
You know
arms
what?
just.
No, can I change that?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I'm gonna flurry of blows that.
Yeah. Do
There you
it.
go.
Do it.
We gotta break up this the
Mm-hmm.
threesome. All right, so that's 2 more attacks with advantage.
All right.
Mahagi toi.
So that first attack is a lot,
Inspiration.
and
Pick.
the second
I
attack
redeemed
is...
myself from earlier.
Yeah.
All right, so I think they both hit.
Okay. I'm sorry. I was distracted by Chris's
'Cause I rolled it
awfulness.
4 times, but it's
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they both hit
Mm-hmm.
for another 10 on the first one
Ooh.
Nice.
and 8 on the
Dope.
second. So that's 18 additional damage force.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
And that's the last key point that I possess.
All right. Any movement with that? You kind of moved in to do this, but you're a monk, so you got like 100 feet of movement left.
Right. So yeah, I'm just gonna pop back out of silence
Okay.
again.
Okay. So you come in and like sort of like a tornado of astral arms, just like pop, 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 and you just put this smack down onto this hag. And it's just like she's just taking it, and like with every successful hit, like you try, this like gross, like mossy green blood splatters out, and you would hear her like screaming with every hit, but there's no sound here. It's just like, and she,
So eerie.
It's weird.
yeah, and it's just it's just like in this moment, this sort of like beat down in silence, kind of like, how do you feel about this? How does Zachary feel about like doing this? Like it's this being that kind of resembles an old woman, but like deformed and grotesque in silence.
Well, Zachary is like pounding with all like this masculine fury, and then in the back of their mind, their alter ego is just like watching this and being like, "You poor thing, what happened to you that made you this way? Were you human once?" And then just like having that question echoing in the back of the mind, because there's two sides of every story, as Zachary is well aware.
All right.
Deep.
So
I'll chime. Yeah, definitely. I can't really see a whole lot of what's going on because of the thing, but I'll just chime in at some point. Hopefully, the timing is perfect, and Lyric will just sing. Enjoy the silence. Over.
all right.
Words
Okay.
like violence, ring the silence.
So the northernmost one looks very, very, very hurt. Like she's on her knees and like patting out her tattered robes from these coals. The southernmost one, the orb shifts over to her, and she recognizes this sort of area of silence. You can see there's a sort of like discord among them that is just like there's confusion and there's pain and just like all of it without a sound. The southernmost one has the orb over her and takes a step out of the area of silence.
She's prone, isn't she?
She is prone. She does use half her movement to get up. She does at the start of her turn, from being in the sort of like fiery coals, she takes some fire damage. And she gets up, the orb over her. She's just sort of like looking crazed, and you all, you should not have been able to do this. I must avenge my sisters. Come to me, sister. And she sort of like looks at the other one, and the other one takes this opportunity to kind of like go around and step around the coals and take some damage as she does so.
Did she get an opportunity attack from?
She does move away from Ramiel, so if you want to take an opportunity attack, you can.
Oh yeah. 13.
Does the prone one get opportunity at all for me?
No, she doesn't leave your she
Okay.
doesn't leave your
Melee
threatened
range.
area.
Cool.
She just gets up and sort of like backs away. It's like, sister, we must survive. We will find another. We will punish them. And with this eye swirling around her head, she grabs a hold of the other one and is just like, we will get you. We will get you all. And just sort of like the eye expands around them. They are enveloped in this this mist and smoke and everything as they cast a dimension door. And I don't know if anyone can do anything about that.
That'd be a reaction, right?
It's a spell, so if you have anything to do against a spell with a reaction.
I do not.
Nope.
Nope.
Wait,
I know what I should have packed, but you know, because I totally want to pull a Sam Riegel right now and just be like counter spell.
Yep. But unfortunately, your foresight didn't help you in this particular scenario. The two of them are enveloped in this smoky eyeball. And they go and blink out of there to where you don't quite know. The third one, laying there, beaten and bloody, cries out in pain of which you cannot hear. The flames from the fallen brazier catch her cloak, and she catches fire. So, anyone who is near there, I will ask you now to finish the fight. As you see her starting to burn and wither, and the protection of her sisters and her mission here has failed.
Can I? Oh man, I don't know. I don't think we have the time to talk about it. I really want to put her out.
Okay.
Because I wanna take her to town.
I want to take you out for a nice
Man.
dinner and never call you again.
Well, more.
I mean, I can inspire and take her out for a D8. D8. D8.
I take back my inspiration.
Yeah, damn. Can I dispel the silence spell?
Yeah.
And are you just leaving it to the closest people? Is what you're saying?
Anyone.
Anyone?
All of you. Yeah.
I'd like to do something.
Yeah, can
Click the wrong thing.
I cast Healing Word on the hag? Just to do like a hit point?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want
You
to
want
put
to
her
heal
out.
her?
Fire her out.
Yeah.
Help her.
Okay.
Help her.
Yeah, well, I mean...
It's chill. Let's see if she's chill.
Heal her. But if she tries any funny business, I'm gonna ready Sacred Flame just in case.
Yeah, so she gets a whopping
Zachary?
4 points.
4 points. Okay.
So Kairi's gonna walk over, finally hearing their screams of torment. And
Why couldn't you just leave us alone?
because you couldn't leave the town alone.
You're taking dudes.
You hurt other people. It was bound to come back at you. What's your name?
She doesn't really respond to you. She spits blood into your face.
Now be respectful, or we could end this here.
And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, Zachary, as she does that.
Aha. I'm glad I
have
brought her back.
advantage. It's a natural 1, but I have advantage.
Ooh.
Oh.
Wait. There
So
you go. There's your
19.
natural
Hey.
one.
You feel this last act of defiance in this way sort of like almost get to you. Why would she do this? I don't know. She's beaten. And you just sort of shrug off her vicious mockery of you.
I shrug it off, and I, with my astral arms, I cup her face and kiss her on the forehead.
In doing that,
You watched Ernest Scared Stupid, didn't you?
What?
I said you watched Ernest Scared Stupid, didn't you? You gotta beat him with love.
Yeah.
That's
You do that. And she, seeing that she couldn't get one last hit on you, the flames are engulfing her robe. And she just sort of turns to ash in your hands with a final ear-splitting shriek. Almost like a wicked witch of the West. Oh, what a world! But worse. Just, it hangs with you. And it echoes.
I think Lyric is the only one who hears this, but Zachary thinks to himself, I hope you find peace on the other side.
I'm fine, thank you.
So,
What?
I will. It is 10:30, and we're going to wrap up. So I'm going to narrate what happens.
Yeah.
You take the body out of this cavern. You find a way up, not the way that you came, but there are different entrances. And you find the best way up, and your way out of the house. And as you all exit, dragging this with you kind of get the feeling there's nothing that you can do for the other pigs that you saw. They're too far gone. But you yourself were spared from their fate. And so is he. As you leave, there is a figure waiting for you. A man. Tall. Turns around. Kind of dressed in a cloak, fancily. He's immaculate for being this deep into the woods. And he says, thank you for clearing my house of those vermin. And as he gazes into you, that's where we'll end our session.
Oh,
Oh my
cliffhanger
God.
one shot. Ah. Well done, Ryan. Thank you so much.
I use my inspiration to clap.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for sticking around with us, playing with us, and just having a good old spoopy time. So one last round, just real quick, who you are, and if you want to be found on the internet, where can we find you, Max?
All right. Well, again, I'm Max Hertzfeld. You can find me on Twitter as Max Hertzfeld1 for some of my voice acting credits and things. I'm also on Instagram as Max Hertzfeld Actor for some of my stage stuff. So
All
that's
right.
me.
Awesome. Brady.
I'm Brady Winter. I don't do a lot of social media. You can find me at Twitter at Close to Winter, or on YouTube. I should probably send you the links. At Birds of a Fan Feather,
Ooh,
where I
okay.
do fan fiction stuff.
Sweet.
Is that Birds of a Fan Fiction or
Fan Feather.
Fan Feather? Cool.
Yeah.
Right. Awesome. Andrew.
I'm Andrew, and you can find me on Twitch at ChronoRaven28.
Awesome. I am Ryan K. You can find me on Twitter as Ryan K Plays with a Z or a Z if you're not American. And it was been my absolute pleasure to be your GM this evening. Chris, take us away.
Right. So hello again. Thank you all for watching, sticking around, and don't forget that you can find all of our social shenanigans on all of the Twitters, the Twitch, the YouTubes, here on this is Twitch. Everywhere. All in one bag of holding, which is called our Linktree, linktr.ee/L.O.R.E Live Play. Don't forget to follow here if you haven't already. Sub if you can, especially if you have a one of those Amazon or Twitch Prime accounts, and just a sub laying around. Hey, help out! And last but not least, we roll for extra life, so don't forget that. We rolled. Wow, we didn't really roll too many, but I have at least one natty one and 120.
I fell in a hole.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got a 1.
I had feather fall. I couldn't find it until after we hit the ground, and I was like, "Oh, there it is."
It's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Fall
So-
too hard.
Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for coming around tonight and playing. And don't forget to always be good to each other, be awesome, and beat hate with love. Bye!
Spooky love.